Hello and welcome. I am the LastHPHero, and you have found your way to TPK Roleplay. We are very glad that you are here and hope you enjoy your stay. Over the course of the next several months, we shall be working our way through the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition adventure module, Curse of Strahd. Enemies scattered behind them. Allies reunited before them. Many hearts have been broken. Is there yet time for all to be restored? First and foremost, no attempt to make the story child appropriate has occurred. While necessary changes to problematic material have been rewritten, this is still a dark and stormy gothic horror story. This actual play stream contains adult language, descriptions of violence and light gore, scary images, and so long as the party is in and around Vallaki, there will always be the chance for clowns, and, generally speaking, a great deal of darkness. Our players are here to bring the light. Safety tools are in place for the players, but you as a viewer do not have such a luxury. So if you know of any sensitivities that you may have to any of those listed topics, please keep a teleportation spell prepped and readied. Barring that readied action, trigger, kick back, relax, keep all heads, hands, paws, and claws inside the stream at all times. Slap that follow button to join the wonderful world of TPK roleplay games. We've got games going on just about every possible night, and so all systems, all sorts of wonderfulness. Follow so you don't miss it. Additionally, I am certain that a Discord link will appear in chat at any moment to direct you to the wonderful and growing TPK community, where we talk about all sorts of wonderful things. And above all else, be good. That's the rule. Be good. Item next. With no other announcements coming to mind, I suppose we'll just go straight to introductions. You may not know these amazing players, so let's change that. Everyone here will say hello, introduce themselves and their character, plug other shows or projects they're participating in, games they play, and the question for the week, which usually I give them a heads up and completely forgot to. So I'm going to delay just a little bit so everyone has their attention, is what in Barovia actually scares your character? Beginning in the upper left corner of your screen, birthed from the chaotic energies of the Feywild, shaped by the seely court of light and warmth, gifted to the material plane by the benevolence of the Archfey. It's Niffer.
Hi. Yes, it's me. I am Niffer. I am on 3 shows with TPK. It's this one on Wednesdays, every other Thursday. So tomorrow is Tyranny of Dragons, which we are calling Queen's Gambit. We are the wholesomest family on the internet. And yeah, please don't send more dragons at us tomorrow. Okay, cool, thanks, bye. And then Friday is another game with LastHP. And we are doing Rime of the Frost Maiden. And there are singing fish, and that's all you need to know. Come watch it. My very first instinct with what is my character most afraid of in Barovia is just Uther being himself. Because I'm currently writing the recap, and it's like, oh yeah, WWE, sprinting across cities, chucking the baby at me. Like, just, yeah. Uther, you scare me. Love you. Scare me.
Uther Unchained scares everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, in the top center row, in power conjured from the Shadowfell, shown all the hidden places, the frontiers untouched, and the mysteries yet to be unraveled. A smiling Gordian knot, known as the Noir Enigma.
Hello, I'm Noir. Gordian knot, that's good because Uther would totally just cut it like Alexander. Hey, I'm playing Uther, the Barbarian Cleric. you can find me here on TPK again because I am in Bard's Refrain, GM by the wonderful Sarah Franco. But tomorrow actually is I'm very excited. The first TTRPG show that I am producing, GMing, and editing and doing all that stuff for comes out tomorrow on my channel. It's called The Lonely Throne. Sorry. Comes out tomorrow at 4 p.m.
Own show, right?
I know, right? I'm like, that's how nervous I am. It comes out 4 p.m. Central on the Noir Enigma Twitch channel, and it's a campaign setting I've been running for 20 plus years, and it's the first streamed game of it. So please come and check it out. That'd be awesome.
It's always fun to bring the pre-internet games into reality.
Yes, I started this campaign setting when I was 15. Yeah. And the thing that scares Uther most is about Barovia is ever becoming as complacent as the people that live there. Like, that's kind of how he sees it. It's just, I would rather die going balls to the wall than just living like this.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Continuing around in the upper right corner, formed of elemental earth itself. They embody strength and stern resolve. The city of jewels shine in their eyes, and the might to the roots of the mountains strengthens their every step. It's Corndogg McGraw.
That's me! I would totally be a dwarf if I was a real D&D race. I totally know that. I would love to come from the mountains. I also can grow a beard, so that's pretty cool. I'm here on Wednesdays, as you can see, every other Wednesday, and then I'm also on TPK Roleplay on Thursdays for Tyranny Thursdays. If you want to come check that out, we had a lot of tables thrown at us in our first session, so just be kind the next time. Be good, as I said here. Just be good. Ficus, I think what scares her most about Barovia is not being able to leave Barovia. I think for her, she's like, oh, shit. Like, there's this poisonous gas that tried to kill us when we attempted to leave. And she's very nervous that she's just here now. And she doesn't know what here means yet, because they're still only, like, less than a week into Barovia, even though we've been playing this for months now. I think she definitely has some thoughts.
It's so hard to think of, like, this is all taking place over, like, 4 days.
Yeah. In our chat, I keep track of about what time it is and what day it is, and looking at it, it's been, I think, five days, maybe. Since you've got
amazingly intense, stressful days.
Very stressful days.
5 packed days. Continuing around the horn in the bottom right corner, a seed floated through the silver astral sea, taking root in the grassy plains of Elysium. Its flower was touched by pollen spread by the winds of pandemonium, growing a fruit which accepts change with joy. It's 1 in 20 D&D.
Well, that's me. I am 1 in 20 D&D on YouTube and elsewhere, and you can come check out my cool stuff there. I am also a player on too much stuff with the dice. Well, not too much, but let's say lots of stuff with Dice Tyrants. So definitely check out all of those cool things tomorrow night and Saturday night. And I just joined the Ateris podcast recently, which is awesome. So when that second season starts, I'll be on that. And we're about to do some superhero stuff on Sundays, which I can't wait. That's going to be really fun. So all that fun stuff with Dice Tyrants, come check me out there. What is Leaf most afraid of? I play Leaf in the Sunlight of Summer. He's a Tabaxi ranger, specifically a monster slayer. He is terrified that something has prevented nature from thriving for so long, and there's this small, kind of back of his mind, like, what if it's too late? So that's part of the reason when they found the temple where life was, vibrant, he was very, very much he was very encouraged by that. So his biggest fear is that it's too late and nature, he knows better, but he can't help but being afraid that nature is being destroyed.
And last but not least, in the bottom center, trained on each of the 7 peaks of Mount Celestia, the embodiment of righteous mercy, righteous benevolence gifted to us. It's Robotic Gentleman.
Good evening, y'all. Like he said, I'm Robotic. I don't have anything aside from this going on. This is my only game at the moment. I would say that with Solaire, his biggest fear easily has to be the idea that other people are suffering the same way as he's found, like those kids from the hag, the young woman we need to go after. The mere fact that people are suffering and that he's unable or hasn't found it yet, that terrifies him.
Perfect. Well, we are so glad you're here. I, again, am LastHPHero, and we are going to get our session from the one and only Niffer Niff.
Wrote this in 30 seconds, y'all. It's gonna be good. Once upon a time, the group has been in Vallaki long enough to antagonize a gardener, a full staff of servants, a family of Vistani, and now a coffin maker. Ficus figured out how to smell for magic. Spoilers, it's nasty. And she went and snuck around to the back of the coffin maker's house. A horde of vampire spawn burst out of some dirt boxes and promptly broke my robot dog. Bright ran with the baby, while Sol and Leaf did some awesome crowd control. Amidst an epic one-liner battle, Uther reawoke his WWE spirit and chased a vampire spawn halfway across the city. Uselessly. Chat made Irina useful, which was awesome, and she might be an angel? Question mark? We found the bones of St. Andros, which was like the whole point of this quest thing, and eventually returned them, and we spoke with the angelic form of St. Andros and the beautiful view. And yeah, we still have a blood cult in a basement to fix, but that's fine. We're getting to it.
It's on the list.
It's on the list.
Perfect. Well, we will actually pick up right there in the orphanage chapel. As Irina has been, possessed or subsumed by or joined with the spirit of St. Andros, and Sister Belasco showed herself to you in her full Deva angelic glory. Andros and Sister Belasca had a short conversation and said that it was time to bring the light once again. Milovana is off to the left on a pew crying, upset that Yeshka has yet to be rescued. And that is exactly where we'll pick up. Sister Belasca, in her full Deva broken-winged look, is going to turn to the 5 of you, and she will say, Andros and Irina, she seems confused looking between Irina and you guys. I have some things to discuss with them in private.
Which them?
Well, with Irina,
Cool.
Andros, we're going to have to figure some things out. If you wouldn't mind, Milovana has been quite upset about Yeshka for a while. If you have any quick questions, I'm happy to answer them, but I do think that's something that should be addressed.
Sol turns to the party and say, do you guys think that we can take care of this now? Unfortunately, I've expended most of my strength on the vampires, so all I got is my hammer to help us.
Solaire. You've got to learn to pace yourself, my friend. You never know what's gonna lie on the horizon.
Well, 6 vampires seem more of a now moment than later.
Fair enough. That was not an easy fight.
I'm sorry, 6 vampires?
Technically, I believe the term is vampire spawn. Yeah. That.
And
Oh yeah, did you guys kill all of them? Ficus asks because she left before you guys did.
Leaf gives the hardest side eye to Soul and actually to all of you pretty much because he was ready for it and then everybody went 5 different ways and
Ready for it, but down to 1 arrow.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, well, yeah. So he retrieved a few, but yeah, he's kind of thin on arrows, so he would begrudgingly admit, I suppose I should replenish my quiver.
Should reattach my dog's face.
I mean, I'm just fine.
I don't suppose there's any arrows here in the church. It seems like a silly question, but doesn't hurt to ask.
we are an orphanage. Usually we don't keep arrows around when children are about.
Yeah, I figured.
What, they don't learn to defend themselves?
Technically speaking, would... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
We've created a place here where they don't have to. And now that you've
And then
retrieved...
you kick them out when they become of age? What good is that? You have to get them
Unfortunately,
involved in the process from the time they are little. That way they are comfortable and they have to leave. You know? Just something to think about.
there's something to be said in that, yes.
Becomes Xavier's school for the gifted.
I'm gonna turn this into a Montessori school. It's
Would
fine.
you be able to use these? And Ficus will just hand over her short bow quiver that probably wouldn't work in the technical speaking of things, but I also know nothing about archery. I have
arrows are arrows. They will work.
yeah.
I can't use bolts, but I can definitely use arrows.
Yeah, I have a short bow. So
Actually, as a matter of fact, I can, Ficus. Perhaps.
just try to get as many back to me, I guess, as you can.
Well, let
I
me
also-
not deplete your entire stock. Perhaps just 5 or 10 would suffice.
I have 12. So
Okay, half a dozen it is.
I also could perhaps make them slightly more effective, given... Remember how I told you that silver is more effective? I think, actually, I have a way to get the silver on the arrows if I have time. Are we going to stay here for the night? Would that be alright?
no, I thought we were
I
going
think
there.
we should be on our way
We're
as
going
quickly
now?
as possible. I
Yeah,
mean,
we were gonna go in the night.
There's
You just heard Soul. He's almost, like, tapped.
I mean, Uther just has his weapons.
Okay,
He does
but-
just fine.
Yes, but we all have very different skill sets. Remember that whole talk that we've had like 6 times about how we need to watch each other's backs and fill each other's weaknesses?
This is just Ficus gassing up Uther at this point.
Yeah, I know.
Uther's just watching this all go down. He's got Tobias in his arm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm pretty sure that we can take care of this. I mean, it's just an
Okay.
old guy's house. What's the worst that can go wrong?
Yeah, we just burn it down like we did the last one if things go sideways.
You almost died. Both of those situations that we have been in before, you almost died.
I've almost died many times. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, everyone.
I'm just saying maybe we should perhaps learn from our mistakes rather than repeat them.
Sometimes we
Basically, I'm
don't
more
have that
likely to stay
luxury.
alive.
We're on the hunt, and when you're on the hunt, you need to stay on the scent, stay on your prey. Otherwise, you might lose them. Who knows the next time
Their
this...
house, I don't think it's going to get up and walk away.
Exactly.
No, but the
However,
people
we
inside
don't
might.
know when they're going to leave. We don't know when they'll return. If they're there now, we should take advantage of that.
Party
How
vote.
long do you need to make these arrows?
DM, how long do I need to make these arrows?
It's a class.
It's a class thing.
Is it a class thing, or is this just
Is
a?
it?
No, I
Yeah,
just
makes
have
sense.
proficiency in blacksmithing, and I can blacksmith some things.
I mean,
I don't know how
functionally,
long it
all you have to
take-
do is melt down the silver and then coat the arrow tips with them. It's not a huge, but then they have to be sharpened, so it's not like a. It shouldn't take hours, but getting.
I think it would take hours just to get the fire hot enough, and then you
It
have to let
might
it
take
cool
hours.
and everything.
Honey, I'm a genasi.
That's fair. So
No.
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of one of those things.
Quick look, you can make 1d4 silvered arrows an hour.
Cool.
Does a short rest do anything for you, Solaire? If we were to like take a short rest here?
No, I need a full meditation.
Thanks, Karabi. Noir, you get Uther gets advantage on his next roll.
Ooh, thank you.
No way. Thank you for encouraging this.
Yes.
Milavana will stand up from the pew and walk over to Ficus, who had kind of helped her in the gardening the other day. Have you news from Yeshka?
Didn't I just shake this kid violently
Yes.
like 30 minutes ago?
Yes.
I feel like before we left last time, I was like, we're getting to it.
It's on the list, was yelled at this child repeatedly.
This looks like different kids in real life.
I'm very worried.
Yep, we're working on it. We're making a plan right now. Yep, right now, plans. And Ficus will just stare at the group like, why are we still here?
Sister Belasco is going to look at you and go, Irina and I'll be in my office if you need anything.
Yep,
And
that's
two of them
fine.
go into the office. Milavana goes back to the front pew.
Uther's gonna sit in a pew.
Oh boy, this again? Hide your priests.
And he's just going to say out loud, "You are all very inconsistent when you want to drive forward versus when you want to rest." And that's it. That's all he says.
Insightful.
I'm ready to go. If folks want to just go, I can show you in through like the servant's door in the back because I found out where that was. I also know which window is kind of faulty because I may or may not have just, jumped out of it.
Soul agrees. He wants to go right now too, while it's still dark.
Because that was the whole point, is that we were going to do this under the cover of darkness.
Yep.
Let's
And it has
go then.
just gotten dark.
I mean, we could also just all rest for 8 hours starting right now and go at 2 a.m. when it's still dark. We don't
So-
have to keep watch here in the church. Sorry, we would not have to keep watch here in the church. We could just all rest now and then go at 3 a.m. or something when they're even less prepared for a break-in. You know?
You're assuming that they'll be there all night. We don't know what their plan is. They might meet for an hour or 2 or 3 or...
Well, if they've met for an hour, then it's already too late.
My point exactly. Which is why we need to get there as soon as possible to find
I'm
out.
saying there's always going to be an argument for, oh, things could be worse, but they could also be better.
So's gonna look at Bright and go, you heard what that girl said. She was scared. She was afraid she might not make it through the night. We need to go now, or there may not be anybody to save.
So, I don't think you could beat me right now. Do you really think you can beat whatever's waiting for you there?
Wait, is he advocating arrest right now?
I don't know with him anymore.
Who knows?
I reserved most of my strength in that fight, as I was mostly using my bow. I am confident that should things go poorly, although I hope they won't, that we would be able to heal each other. I'm certainly not the only one, but I think we need to press our advantage and get this done. I don't think this is a time for hesitation.
Those with the capacity to heal their teammates, raise your hand.
So Leaf will raise
more than
his
half.
hand.
There you go.
Those that still have the energy to do so, keep your hand raised.
2 out of 5. I like those odds.
Bright and I will keep you all on your feet.
Speak for yourself.
You will do so without Uther. Uther will have to buy us rest here tonight.
Wait, what? Are you going to leave the child here and come with us?
I'm not leaving Tobias again.
Oh, Lord.
Then give him to me. I never get into the fight, and you are more useful than I am.
You said that, but this might be something where we need brains. No offense, Uther. No offense. But, like, you have the most, Bright.
I can be loud.
Ficus is
The
very
back.
self-aware. Intelligence is a dump stat.
Yeah.
It's 2
Why
to
am I
stay.
playing an artificer and a wizard right now?
All right.
It's 2 to stay, 3 to go, and 1 who refuses to even leave regardless of the outcome.
We're being led like blind dogs on a leash. Are you not tired of this?
Should we at least check in with the servants that are still there? I would hate for us to rest and have a relatively easy night for us here in Barovia, but at the expense of a child. Like, sure, she's like 2 days past being a child, but she's a child.
2 days out of babyhood.
Oh, my Lord.
Then tomorrow it'll be another sad story and we'll be rushing into a fire for someone else.
I won't stand by while the potential for innocents to lose their lives exists. I know it happens everywhere in the world, and I can't stop that. But I know about this, and this I believe I can stop. I'm leaving. I hope you will come with me. And Leaf is going to start walking out the door.
So I was going to follow him.
Ficus is going to give a hard look to Bright and Uther, and then dash after them with her tiny little legs.
Yeah.
Split in the party
So
again.
I'm just gonna go.
I'm okay with that.
I'm.
Worked out for me last time.
Yeah, it's worked out for me every time. Every time we split the party, I've gotten.
I'm
Oh, wow.
going to go kneel in front of Uther so that if he's like looking down at the ground, he has to like look me in the eye.
He's got Toby like this.
Yep.
He sees you.
I'm gonna put my hand out on Toby's head as well. I know that you chose this little boy for your family. Do you ever think that maybe somebody would choose you for a family?
Be a pretty foolish decision.
I don't think that family necessarily means it's not foolish. After all, carrying a baby into battle is perhaps the most foolish thing I have ever seen, and I grew up with my brother.
That is why we need to be wiser in the battles that we pick and choose.
Yes,
We cannot be convinced by every sob story.
I agree. But I think that the world would be a sadder place if we were never convinced by a sob story.
Then we need to cut the darkness off at the head and not every symptom.
Do you think that you really can cut the head off right now, or do you think you need some practice before you get there?
I think I need you to silver this axe.
Okay. I will do it if you go help the rest of our family.
It'd be very difficult for me to help them with no axe.
Okay. Give me the baby, you will hold the axe.
I don't need Toby silvered.
I'm not silvering the baby. I am holding the baby so you can use the axe. I'm not going to silver a useless weapon. You will use the axe, and I will silver it for you. But if you are not going to be part of this, you do not get to gain the benefits of this.
That is fair.
Give me the baby, follow your family. And I just stand up like, okay, we're going.
I'm sorry about your dog.
I just kind of like pan over to where the Robodog is still standing next to me at my beck and call, but with no faceplate, just a gaping hole. It's okay. I've fixed things before.
Think you could fix Soul? He's in no condition.
I just start walking, and hopefully he continues this conversation with me.
He'll follow along.
Yeah. I think that he will be fixed with not just me, but the support of people. In my family, we don't necessarily need to believe everything that everyone else believes, but we still need to support the person. So I agree with you. I don't think it is smart for them to be going out there, but I know that they are going to be safer if I go, even if I might not agree.
Or more of us die.
What was the whole point of you doing the whole raise your hand if you can heal thing, if it was not because you wanted to show that we could help each other?
I wanted to show that most of us have expended most of our energy.
I actually have more than half my energy left. Thank you very much. And guess what? And I flip my coat out, which is a robe of useful items. I have been forgetting about this. Did you know that on this coat there are house potions, there are smith's tools, there are lanterns? I have a riding horse on this coat. Did you know? I can get us out of battle as much as we need to.
He pulls up his cloak. It makes it harder for me to get stabbed.
I think that's a very good cloak for you then.
Yes, it's very good.
Thank you for this. I know that you don't always agree with the way that everyone else runs things, and I know they probably don't agree with you, but it shows a lot that we are still supporting each other through it. Thank you.
You do realize it's only a matter of time before it's... That's a conversation for another day. And he just keeps walking.
She'll just nod and continue with.
Right, and Uther can have some inspiration for later. And the five of you eventually come together outside the same rickety house as before. This house that almost seems, for lack of a better way to describe it, it's like it's disappointed in itself. It's half falling apart, but barely staying up. The roof is slanted and crooked. It was at one time perhaps a very valuable and maybe even at one of the nicer houses in town at one point, but that time has long since passed. You find yourself standing in the street. The sun has gone down completely. It's probably right at 6 o'clock. And there's not quite as many people out in the streets as there was during the day. Despite all the keep a smile on your face and keep smiling and be happy and don't worry, it seems as soon as night fully fell, Velaki panicked and hid. The streets are almost completely empty except for you. Even the patrols of guards are almost non-existent.
Well, this works to our advantage. It's quiet out. Less people to be involved or potentially see what we're about to engage in. He says to Solaire. You're muted.
Well, that's good for you, but I kind of stand out a little here. And I pretty much doubt we'll be able to get inside with me following behind you. So I'm just going to hang back, and if you guys find anything, make a little racket, I'll come running right in.
Side note, when Uther asked about Baby Soul, he can mend himself, I just remembered. So we pan over to Empty Hole, and it just kind of like whirs and just like shuts, so that it's a like headless thing now. But he's got more health points. Okay, that's all. Okay.
What is that thing's hit points, by the way?
It's currently at 19, and it's total. I have to do a lot of complicated math, so I'll do that.
Okay. 19 out of something. Got
19 out of something.
Just put a filler for now.
5 times
guys
your level in this class, plus in
Are
total.
across the street outside of Trophy House.
Out of 22. Nope.
Ficus, do you
32.
know how they got down? Now, I'm assuming that they were in some kind of cellar or basement similar to the Death House. Do you know where that is?
Yep. So what we'll want to do is we'll want to go in through the back door, directly in front of where the back door is. And she's trying to keep a very low voice while talking about this. There is a coat room or a closet of some sort. People went into that room and then they just didn't come out. And there was like a little bit of blood trickles on the floor and stuff from what I recall. But I'm guessing like that's going to be our safest way in, where we'll encounter the least amount of people. I don't think we should go to the front door. Sol and I already tried that. It did not go over well. I don't think there's any point in disrupting the house guests. I do think it would be nice if I were to be able to go up ahead of time, see if the servants are in their room, and send a message to our friend on the inside, asking her to please step outside. She needs to get some fresh air or something, and then we just tell her to leave and go to the orphanage while we deal with what's inside. But that's just a thought.
I think that's a great idea.
Also, we should not make
could
racket
also-
to get Sol. I can send Sol a message if Sol doesn't want to go in right away. I'm strongly adverse to racket right now.
Well, if you can convince her to come out, we might be able to use that as an opportunity to slip in. As she opens the door, you and perhaps I can quietly enter and get things set. That way the door will be unlocked, and when it's time, Solaire, Bright, and Uther can join us.
I think that is a terrific idea.
I think messaging the girl went so well last time. Yeah, we should definitely do it again.
At least she knows who's inside of her head now.
Uh-huh.
It's a neurotic little halfling. She's
May I
doing her
make a
best.
suggestion, Ficus? When you contact her, when you make her aware that we are outside, perhaps suggesting that her friend is worried and wishes to have words with her, perhaps that might entice her back to the temple for a short spell.
Yeah. That could be doable. All right, so once we get closer to the house, I will use all of my sneaks to get up towards the window to check and see if she's even in the servant's room. The window that I jumped out of earlier in the day is the window that Ficus is looking to get to.
Go ahead
Yeah.
and roll me a stealth check. And Leaf, are you joining?
Yeah, Leaf is gonna quietly move around the house. He will try to peer in windows again, secretly, quietly, just to see who's inside and who might be awake.
All right. So Ficus, your stealth check is perfect. I'm just going to put you right at the window you jumped out of. And Leaf, go ahead and give me a stealth check as you make your way by.
Come on, that's only a 12. Arg. You know,
Disappointment.
that just stinks. But that's what I got.
Okay. You pass by that first window in front of you, and inside there appears to be a single figure, tall, very thin, preparing dinner. It looks like dinner is almost ready, or maybe they're cleaning up after. It's kind of hard to get too good of a look at what exactly is happening. But yeah, there's some kind of food prep, finishing up, cleaning up going on in the kitchen. And Ficus, the window you jumped out of is still just a little loose. No one's really dealt with it since it's just you and Yeshka that saw you go out it. So you're able to kind of, tilt your head, get a look in there. Of the 4 beds that you see, Yeshka's was the one in the far left corner. That's where she was sitting. The other 3 beds are all made. So the blankets are up and folded. They're very nicely made, very tightly made. But the one at the end seems to have been turned down. So the sheets are all folded in a stack on the bottom of it. The pillow is no longer in its case, is just sitting there. And the chest is open. You can't really see anything other than that.
Oh. That's not ideal. You would assume that her bed would be made if she was going to be staying in it that night. Okay. She's going to kind of go around the side of the house, towards where Leaf is. I think it's Leaf, are you over here? Okay, yes. And then she's gonna send Leaf a message and just basically tell him everything that she just saw, looking in through the windows, seeing that Yeshka's bed had been turned down. And, her stuff's all gone. She's not in there. I think she might have been brought to the house as potentially a sacrifice for tonight, because I highly doubt they let her quit with what she has seen.
Are you able to reach her?
Not unless I can see her.
I'm to throw the halfling through the window.
I didn't realize it was limited by your vision. Well, let's just get inside as quickly as we can then. Hopefully we're not too late.
So the 2 of you are standing, just so you know what you're standing.
Is it not sight? How would you interpret this?
You can send it in a direction, even if you can't see.
If
Okay.
you're familiar with the target.
If you're familiar with the target.
Am I familiar
But
with this target? I feel like I am.
It's
You feel
blocked
like you're more
by-
familiar with the target than she does.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's
She is my
blocked-
friend. I'm not hers.
there it is.
It's basically blocked by 2 walls. There's no way to send it through 2 walls
Okay.
of material.
She's gonna then just stick her head, she's gonna go back to the window where she came in, or she looked in, and she's gonna open it just a little bit more, knowing that magic is blocked by barriers, to give her one less barrier to be in the house. And then she's just going to poke around and be like, Yashka, are you there? You can reply to this message in your mind. Don't say words out loud, please.
There is no response.
Okay, maybe she's behind multiple walls. I can't reach her from here.
Aim it down. Aim it down towards the basement. She's totally in the blood cult basement.
Yeah, Ficus will push her head down towards the ground, towards the wall that's on the ground, and then also try sending it. She doesn't know what she's doing. Magic is very new, like 4 days old new. So she's just like, come on, Yeshka, and she's just poking now with message.
What's the other woman's name? Jim, sorry.
The other servant, or
the gal that likes Yeshka.
Mila, no.
Milvana? No.
I thought it was Milavana, but I'm not.
Is it Milvana?
That was accident.
Yes, it is Milavana.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
There's no response as you probe the dirt with message.
Okay.
What are the rest of you three doing while they're circling the house?
Trying to look inconspicuous.
If me and Brightest made it there, Uther is really tempted to just walk in the door.
I mean,
he's kind of seeing them all do their espionage shit, and he's growing more and more impatient.
seeing this, I'll be like, well, if you're going to burst through the door, at least burst through the right door, okay? She said that going through the back door is going to get you to the one that leads downstairs, so
Take me to the back door.
don't go rampaging in the front door, at least.
As I see Uther approaching, Ficus is pretty aware of Uther's tactics at this point. She's gonna just try to cut him off and be like, we'll quietly open the door. Quietly.
Look at it this way. If we quietly open the door, you get to surprise more people when you run in with no resistance.
Like seeing them look me in the eye when I kill them.
I'll sneeze then once we get inside.
Perfect. Make a dramatic entrance at least, then. Fling the door open rather than smash it. I don't know.
Or quiet, guys.
I didn't grow up with doors, I'm sorry.
Me neither. That's why I enjoy kicking them down so much.
I kind of understand that. Can I try kicking in the door?
I mean, yeah.
So everyone's gonna make it to the back side of the house then?
And then we tandem kick it in. I'm kidding.
Are the four of you gonna make any efforts for stealth? Circle around?
Yes, please.
Absolutely not.
I don't know this man.
You too.
I don't know this man. I'm not related to him at all.
Walking axe in hand, trying to get to the back door.
I apparently do know this man.
Soul's gonna make a passive perception. Did anybody notice the giant?
I rolled a 7 on stealth.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
But you don't see me.
I've got massive. They woke me up for this energy. Like he's just ready to kill everybody.
As the four of you, I'm gonna put you here so you see which window it is. As the four of you go past this kitchen window,
Oh no.
you just look in and you make eye contact with this tall, skinny person in there that's cutting vegetables or prepping breakfast or something. And he just gives you the strangest look. And seeing Soul, recognizing him from earlier in the day,
No, it's the Jehovah's Witness.
is
back.
going to disappear through a door this way as you pass through by.
I mean, this was urgent after all, was it not? He just is gonna walk in.
Oh, this
Bright's
can
just gonna
only
sigh.
not
Bright's gonna grab the baby first.
Okay.
Just like Uther walks by and is like, yeah, okay, keep going.
You guys are at the back door? Who's going, who's doing what
Been
then?
waiting for Ficus to unlock the door.
I
Please,
will-
by all means,
I can definitely
Select
attempt to
things.
do that.
do it.
It's the same bonus.
Oh my
So
goodness.
24.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ficus kind of puts up a hand to pause you guys, walks up to the door, click, opens it in just as much time as if she had a key.
And I just quietly like pull the door open and I peek my head around, see if I can see anyone in this back entrance before I open the door all the way.
It is just a very small foyer. It's only, a few feet rectangle. And there's nobody in there. 3 doors. Left, right, and straight in front of you.
Ficus goes for the door straight in front of her. Oops, sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if Ficus sees no one, she would just like lean to the door that's right in front of her that she knows that like was where people went in and attempt that door handle too.
Okay. It opens up. There's just this simple coat closet. Servants' coats and aprons hanging on hooks. Boots are lined up against the wall.
I'm gonna look for a trap door or like kind of like one of those unseen pressure plates or something like that. Because Ficus knows there should be a door here, or at least some way to go down from here.
Alright.
Leaf
Go
will
ahead and
say
give me a perception check.
as quietly as possible. In the other
Soul
mansion.
comes in right behind them to make sure Uther doesn't kill the first person he sees.
I was gonna say, like, when the door opens,
I already know. No.
That's Uther was gonna start heading on it.
Confirm their bad guys first, please.
I am.
Yeah, just come in this small, tiny room with me as I'm like looking around for pressure plates and stuff. We'll just be trapped in this closet together.
Ficus, in the other mansion, it was behind a mirror, if you remember.
There's only boots and aprons in here, Ficus sends out through using message.
Just because I see this situation happening, I'm just gonna reach down and pull off the 4-pack of healing potions from the robe. Just preemptively have it ready.
From where Uther is in the mansion, can he make out where he saw the tall lady over here?
I think it was a man.
Like, can he make out how to get there?
It was a man and
The person.
Yeah, the
tall
door would
person.
be the door would be to right on the screen, Uther's left. This one. That door. Makes more sense than the other.
And Ficus got a 22 for that check.
Noir, you are cutting out bad.
Robot!
Okay.
You
So,
froze
yeah,
and went robotic.
Yeah, don't take my spill. Only thing I got.
That's his deal.
At least you're frozen in a very thoughtful pose.
It's true.
Yeah, that's true.
He looks pensive.
Which means that he's just about to be up to some bullshit in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's like. So anyway, I start blasting.
Oh, it is bad. I might need to restart, but
Oh no, you're back.
We got.
Oh.
we
yeah,
got you.
I might need to restart. But yeah, he's just making his way to the area he saw that person.
No.
So a couple things happen. Leaf says to Ficus, remember it was behind a mirror. Ficus kind of glares at him and sends a message back. There's just boots in here. And then almost immediately finds the bottom of a stereotypical coat hook that turns, opening a stairwell right here.
Ficus will send a message to Uther, who she's also sent messages to before when she's been nervous, particularly when she died, and be like, "Uh-oh, what's this?" Because she can hear him going a different way, right? Like she may not be able to see it, but she can hear
Well,
it.
I think Solaire interposed himself in front of Uther is kind of what I
I
heard.
think Uther moved too fast and now I'm chasing. So
Yeah, that's yeah. Uther getting blocked is not a thing.
So it's all right
Fucking
because this
linebacker, like
too.
move.
You're going the wrong way.
This is what was going to happen anyway. Oh, clear that joint.
I send my dog in once there's room ahead of me.
Uther opens up that door that goes toward the storage room, and standing right there is the skinny figure.
Oh no.
Of course.
What are you doing in here?
Is this what we save or
He's
Is
gonna
is
there,
what
turn-
we save or
start
kill?
is there any way
you dare.
Soul can beat Uther to the old man?
To the skinny dude?
Told
But
you, hide your old
this-
man.
The skinny dude yelled and is turning around to run, so whatever you're going to do, a decision should be made.
Well, I guess, what do I need to roll to grab him?
If you are trying to... But what is Uther doing as the skinny guy turns to run?
Oof is just putting a hand on his shoulder, trying to get him to like quiet down. He's not attacking. He's just shush.
Okay. I'm going to have you make an attack anyway to grab him. Basically try and grapple him.
Okay. Alrighty. I guess that would be unarmed.
Can we say that Ficus is moved in a little further and Leaf is
Oh, yeah.
right behind her?
So 14, you grab the scruff of this servant's neck as he turns to run. Halik! Halik! And he just starts yelling, Halik! Halik!
Soul's gonna do an unarmed strike at the old man that knock him unconscious.
Go ahead and roll with it.
Hey! Welcome to the party, Soul.
19 hit.
Yeah.
And
oh,
minimum-
the worst.
Minimum
I just-
damage is enough to knock him unconscious.
I just saved that man's life.
Punk!
Yep, just bopped him on the head while Uther is holding him up. Just bonks him on the back of the head. There you go. And
He goes limp in Uther's grasp.
Just drop him.
as Uther moves away, I think I have some rope. I'm gonna tie him up while apologizing to the unconscious man, but telling him
Aren't
also,
people coming? He just screamed for people.
He did just scream for Halik.
Probably will be.
I mean,
What?
we were looking for people. Let them come.
No, those are the
This
servants.
is not the right kind of people. These people would not run a cult.
We want the
We're gonna go in
bourgeoisie.
We're going to go into quasi-turn order,
Down
just
with
so
the
that we see what
patriarchy.
happens. So, Ficus, Leaf, Bright, you guys can have some action that you're doing.
Ficus is just going to like pop in and out of everyone's brains that's not in the closet and just like go message, and just be like, secret stairwell, I found it. Let's go.
So it takes you an action every time. So
Yep.
it's like 4 turns of doing that.
Yeah, I think she'll do it to... Because Bright can see that Leaf and I both went in the closet, so I think she'll send it to Soul and Uther.
Okay.
Let
Bright,
me-
Leaf, what are you guys doing?
Let me scout down the stairs, Ficus.
Okay.
I'm
She's
gonna-
just sending mind messages.
Quietly pad down to the bottom of the stairwell.
Okay. I'll send you to the bottom of the stairwell. And then Bright, what are you up to?
I would send my doggo in ahead of me, but I do kind of need to keep tabs on the rest of them. So I will be following along with the group. Not really doing anything, like putting the health potions in a safe but accessible place, because I feel like I'm gonna need them. It's fine.
We'll make sure I understood. So you're sending the dog down behind Leaf.
Yes,
Okay. So I'll put that behind Leaf.
he knows what to do. Keep them safe.
And then, so I will tell Leaf what he sees, and then you guys can sort out what you want to do. So down at the bottom of the cellar, there is just a single torch that's illuminating this sick, sooty fire that is coming from a single torch down in this dirt-bottomed cellar. The ground is a little torn up, but you can very clearly see footprints, which are as indicated on the map, that go down up a second stairwell that goes out the side of the house and then down to a wall. along the southern wall, there are these 4 moldy cots that are set against a row in that wall. And that is everything you see. Oh, and yeah, somebody yelled. You also hear something familiar.
Oh, not the chanting. Don't make it the chanting.
A very muffled chant. And I can't remember if you speak Infernal or not.
I
do
do not
recall.
believe that Leaf does.
But it sounds familiar. And
I
you remember
do.
the conversation. You recall the meaning of the chant. Innocence offered.
Offered.
Eternity gained.
Okay.
Our innocent orphan
so-
baby.
I hold the baby closer.
I'm trying to give us a little split screen on the map there, so...
Well, you
There
look
you
at
go,
that,
chat.
Uther and Soul.
Okay, so...
All right.
But the room is empty, though, yeah?
It appears to be empty except for the cots. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
So, do we hear the chanting at all?
It's not loud enough to come up the stairs for you guys to hear.
Oh.
In fact, it's muffled even for Leaf down in the cellar.
All right. Well, we did get a little halfling message that there were some hidden stairs. So, after stepping over the unconscious old man and kind of give his soul a approving look of his tactics, I'm rubbing off on you, buddy. He's gonna go to the stairs.
Okay.
So's gonna pick up the old man and follow behind, closing all the doors.
Okay. So you're going down behind and you're dragging the old dude with you?
I don't think so much dragging, considering my strength score, but yeah.
Okay.
And I do speak Infernal.
I do too.
I don't speak abysmal.
As soon as you get
Speak
down
that
to that,
too.
Sorry, I was raised by tieflings.
as soon as you get down to that landing, you also hear that familiar chant, muffled, coming from somewhere.
All right, game on. I want a banana. Give me bananas. I want bananas. Give me bananas.
Not.
Right?
Ficus will follow like the rest of the group. Once everyone's come in, she'll close like the last door and make sure she figures out where the latch is in case they need to run out.
Have we moved out into the room yet?
Leaf's intention when he gets down to the bottom of the stairs is to try to determine which way people seem to be going. He sees the stairwell across from where he's standing right now, and he sees these cots, but he's going to try to determine where this chanting is coming from, and yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
It's a dirt floor, or?
It's dirt. It's just a plain dirt floor.
Okay. So he's also looking for tracks. That's a 19 perception, but he's also looking in the dirt for like recent footprints and such.
Okay. So the footprints are easy to see. You look around. This landing has this railing that lets you look down into the cellar.
A banana. You a banana. I am banana.
And
I'm sorry. I thought I was eating.
the path of the footprints leading to the wall here and then stopping.
Yeah. That's strange. So Leaf's gonna walk in that direction and see if the chanting gets louder.
As soon as you step off the stairwell,
Damn it.
the dirt floor begins to ripple.
Yep, I know.
Ah.
And you start hearing the sound of bones rattling and coming together. And Leaf, from all around you, 3 skeletal arms pop straight out of the ground. And all 3 are going to try and... Oh, I'm on the wrong layer.
cursed undead.
Forget it. Everything's coming up. Over the course of just a few moments, a number of skeletal hands and skeletons rise out of the dirt. You all should probably roll initiative.
Oh, 24 for Leaf.
While I make these hands grab.
I didn't need that.
So the three that come up, a 10, and an 18. Does the 18 hit you?
The 18 hits.
All right. You take 3 damage, and you are grappled by a skeletal claw that grabs a hold of your calf.
Also, thanks, Noir. All I can hear is, I'm a banana,
Same.
I'm a banana, as like the chants are going on. And I'm just sitting here like, banana.
I a banana, you a banana.
This is terrible.
Bananas are infernal.
Yep. You
Bananas
heard it
are-
here.
That's how you cope with getting attacked by skeletons.
It makes sense. All right, there we are. So they don't have initiative. They do have initiative. Descending. Leaf has been grabbed, and Leaf, you go first. You are grabbed by a skeletal hand, and there are 3 others that are clawing at your calf as you are grabbed by this.
Okay, so dang it. So I am just gonna try to slash down at the claw that is grasping onto me. So I'm gonna pull out my short sword and swipe down at it. Oh my gosh, that's a 10 to hit. I'm assuming that's gonna miss. Uh-oh. Where'd everybody go? I don't hear anything. Anybody, hello?
I
Yeah.
can still hear you.
Just not
Okay,
saying anything.
okay.
Gotcha.
Oh, our GM is muted. Or I can't hear our GM.
Yeah, I was muted. That was on me. Anything else?
He was
So
chanting,
does the
I am a
10
banana.
miss?
Didn't want us to hear
10
it.
misses, yes.
Okay, so then I'll just use my second attack to do the same.
Okay.
Shucks. All right, here we go. Ah, 16 to hit.
16, you cut down and slash through that skeletal claw, and it doesn't matter what you roll, you break one of the 3 hands that are up around you.
Okay, great.
And you're
So
no longer grappled.
perfect. I'm going to risk the attack from the skeleton that's in front of me and take a step back. And I would like to, as a bonus action, pull out my hand axe.
Yep.
Or just, yeah. So.
As you
sling my
step
bow.
back, the skeleton is coming to its feet, and its claws rake up and find a weak spot in your armor, and you can feel it fingers pierce into your flesh for 6 damage. 6 piercing.
Okay.
And
I'll
that
call out to the others behind me as they stay on the landings and attack them if you can. There's lots of skeletons and, well, bones, I guess. That's it for me.
right.
Hi. There's no way that I can get anywhere on this staircase, right?
You can pass through your allies, and
Oh.
basically I'd let you pass through, share a space long enough to attack with disadvantage of some kind, and then reshuffle back.
How high up is the landing?
It's about probably a 3-foot drop. It's not a landing. It's just a high spot as the stairs are coming down.
Yeah, if I want to cast like a cone spell, would it actually hit the things down there though? Is my question.
Yes. Yeah. Treat it just like you would if you were on ground level.
Okay. If I were to cast a 15-foot cone spell from like here, would it be angled over like this one, this one, this one, this one?
If you basically use your movement to go up and share the space between Uther and Dog, then you can just shoot from there and
just get
whichever ones you can get.
Can't you just share the space with your dog?
I
Like,
probably
not in
can.
between it? Because I think it's small like me.
No, he's actually a medium creature. That's why you can ride him. Yeah, remember? I installed a little mount for you.
Yep.
I just want to get somewhere down here or here.
Okay.
Oh, goodness. That's a lot that I can see around the corner now. Oh, no. Probably there to see if I can just, with burning hands, clear out, like, I don't know how to draw a square on Roll20. I'm incompetent. But, like, as many of this corner as I can.
All right. So you'll catch both skeletons in 6 hands.
Nice. I would like to do that, please. I just kind of, I guess, like, edge past both of our big boys and just kind of pull fire all the way through my hair and like out my hands and just burning hands, all of them. They have to make saves, dex saves, I believe.
I believe so too.
It won't show up for me because it's a racial thing. I got it. It's a dex save.
Yeah. Otherwise, I can pull it up because I have it as a spell. if someone
Also,
needs it.
flammable objects that aren't being worn or carried. Let's
Like a bed.
Like a
let's
bed.
just make this whole thing really chaotic now.
So this first skeleton, an 8, it fails.
Yeah, it does.
The second skeleton, a 12, it fails.
Yeah, it does.
And then the claws. Well, it's for half damage, so it doesn't matter if they succeed or fail.
Ha! But still roll, because it's really emotionally satisfying to me to hear that they fail.
A 14, a 19, a 19, a 12, a 3, and a 20. So half of them passed.
Okay, cool. 12 points of fire damage each.
Okay.
And then I would like to go back to the top of the stairs, please. Okay, thanks.
The flames burst from your hand.
I'm like holding the baby, and I'm like, okay, don't look. just burn everything.
The two skeletons there, the bones catch against the remnants of the armor they have on, the bits and pieces of rags that are left. You see the bones blacken and they start to lose their cohesion. One of them's like all the ribs fall away. The other one's hip bone like goes sideways, but because they're magically together, it's still standing. The two skeletons are in terrible shape, but are still standing. And the entirety of those 6 skeletal claws turns to ash and disappears.
Before I walk back up the stairs, I just kind of turn to Uther, and we're like sharing space, so we're pretty close there, but I'm just gonna pat him on the shoulder and then like point down the landing and be like, I cleared the spot down there if you want to jump. I know that's typically a style. And then just go back up.
He's just gonna say, I'm gonna try it your way today.
Oh, this is nice. Do you want my dog?
I'll be fine.
Okay, because he is probably only good for swinging around at this point, so, you know. We're going to stop having a conversation in the middle of battle now, and I'm going to go back to
Ficus, your turn. One of the cots does catch fire.
Good. Also, my dog gets to go down here. I can't see him anymore.
Okay.
So I don't know if he's on top of a skeleton right now. He might be.
He's on top of 2 skeletal claws.
Attaboy.
Hey, thanks for the raid, LastHPHero.
Exactly.
He'll go right there.
Hey, welcome, Nullaforge.
Hey, what's up?
All right, Ficus is gonna come down and be like, "Ooh, 2 can play at this game," and she's gonna go in the same spot that Bright was.
Yeah.
And, oh no. Did not like seeing what was around that corner.
I know! I love that we both had the same reaction to the same thing.
Oh, is that Leaf? That's right.
Yeah, it is.
Leaf's at the
There.
very bottom of the steps.
You can share space with Leaf though.
I'll share a space with Leaf. I could share a space with anyone because I'm tiny. Well, I'm small.
Just go stand on my dog. That way the floor isn't lava to you.
Can I do that?
He's got footholds for you. I don't see why you shouldn't be allowed to cast from a mount. DM.
Yeah, but the ground is quicksand right now, so like
Just
there would
jump.
have to be like a jump check in there, and my strength is negative.
That's true. Never mind. You can get to it later.
But your magic daggers are so deadly.
It's
Yeah.
true. Use the magic daggers.
Okay, so Ficus is gonna cast her own 15-foot cone
Yeah.
Okay.
to go, and she's gonna shoot it in this direction.
Okay.
At these two guys, and then all of these hands coming out of the ground too.
Okay. So,
Area of effect spells.
15-foot cones do weird things.
Yes, they do.
So you can catch. The most you could catch would be 5 of the skeletal hands.
Yeah, I mean she's aiming for the two guys in the back. Is where
Got it.
she's like really shooting for, but she's happy to hit anything along the way going that direction.
All right. The one closest to the wall, a 6 fails. The one closer to the beds, a 20 succeeds. So as your fire bursts out from your hands, one of them starts to blacken and crisp almost as badly as the two down that Bright torched. And the other one seems less bothered by the flames. It starts to be singed a little bit.
All right.
And-
then,
5
I will-
more of those skeletal claws coming out of the ground turn to ash.
excellent.
Out of you.
Bum, 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 bum.
I can't. Oh, Bright can't have seen that because it's around the corner. Otherwise, Bright would be really proud of you.
I mean, they would have been like running past each other, so maybe you looked behind your shoulder as you
Yeah.
went up, and she was just like, ah!
I heard it. I definitely heard the fire go, and I'm like, yes, good.
Overlapping flames.
Yep.
Anything else, Ficus?
I think that's all we're gonna do right now. Yep.
It's good.
Right. So the skeletons are going to start moving in, and for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to move them all first before I attack.
Wait, who's
Oh, could
this
Ficus
person?
have drawn her
Oh, hey,
daggers real quick?
Corn! Thanks for the tip, man.
Woohoo!
Holy hell! Corn,
Oh,
thank you so very much for the tip.
oh no, that's a deck of TPK things.
Corn, that is a deck of TPK things.
Oh no!
Ouch, my feelings.
We,
Oh no!
We
we
came
are
here broken.
Let's
Bring
do
it
it!
on.
Tell
Let's
us what a
fucking do
deck of
it.
TPK things is, GM, because
Oh,
I
yeah,
have no idea.
I don't
So,
either.
As part of the encouragement for audience participation, TPK Roleplay has a number of ways to interact with the players and the game itself. The simple ways are your channel points that you gain just for watching, but the more exciting ways are tips sent our way. Simple tips do smaller things, bigger tips do bigger things, and the biggest thing is the deck of TPK things. So I am going to pull up the deck of TPK things, and we are going to have someone draw. Now, Corn, is there anyone in particular you would like to draw that card, or just anyone?
I feel like it should be a corn-related person. If it's
Wow.
going to be anyone.
I mean, be careful what you wish for. The last
it
game
could
I
be
played,
bad.
the last game I played where a TPK card was pulled, they turned like the sweetest little
Oh yeah!
pacifist druid into somebody that was obsessed with killing the king.
It was like
So-
down with the nearest local leader.
Yeah,
And
So-
she legitimately had to go stab him.
yeah.
All right, since
Hoping
we're
it's a
not-
nice warm group hug.
So
Yeah.
Everybody heals and gets all their spell slots back. Yay!
there are good cards in the deck of TPK things. They're all written by DMs and GMs of TPK Roleplay. Corndogg, why don't you roll me a d20?
I'll roll it in here, so that way it's just a 6.
Uh-oh.
That's one of my good numbers, so I'm confident with it.
369.
Damn, girl, fine.
Essentially what happens is Ficus runs to the bottom of the stairs, torches these things, turns around, and you see on the wall right next to you a playing card with a back very much like what you saw drawn for Irina's fortune, just sticking between two bricks in the wall. You can't help yourself. You feel compelled.
Yep, that sounds right.
So you reach out, you pull the card from the wall, and you turn it to look at it. And it is a face card, one of the high arcana. It's the Saint.
That sounds good.
As you watch this card, the Holy Spirit of one of your deities, I can't remember which one did you say Ficus was primarily attached to?
Yandala,
She has 2 right now. No, she follows all of Yandala's children. Let me pull it up, because recently she's been kind of instilling more of like the defender. Here we go. Yandala, where are your children? I've got to go through all of my notes about myself.
Find your kids.
I gotta find her kids. Yandala's children. Search.
Tension. I want
Okay,
to know.
so like the normal one that she follows when she's back home is Brandabaris, but since they've been here, she's been following or like trying to get connected with Arvorine, because that's who she feels like if Soul's god were to know a god of halflings, it would be that one, and so she's just trying to help right now. So she has those 2 that she's been. One that she like, and no one really worships Brandibus. He's just kind of like, trickery, and like trickery halflings try to be cool like him. But yeah, you've got 2 choices.
It's too cool to be worshipped. Open.
We'll go with Brandibus because I like that idea. As you're looking at this card, the figure of the Saint transforms into a figure that you can't help but recognize as an image of Brandibus. And the card starts to animate. A small figure stands on this card as you hold it in your hands, looks at you, and it winks and places a hand out and just starts to float toward your chest. Roll a d4 for me.
I help him into my chest. I just bring him closer and tuck him in.
See, we all got babies.
Except this one takes care of itself.
Yeah.
I mean,
Inside my body. Possession.
Baby
3.
Soul also takes care of himself.
You hear this voice in your head. It's so very hard to get into places like this, even for me, but I'm glad that I found you. You gave me an anchor to be in where I shouldn't be, and where I shouldn't be is so fun to be. Here, have my touch. For the next 3 days, you have a divine power. You may use this power at any time to negate all damage dealt from a single attack to any ally that you can see.
Save
Brandon,
that.
you hear Brandibus's voice within you say, "Be careful. All good tricks, at least the fun ones, sometimes bite you back." All the damage you prevent for these next 3 days accumulates and will be inflicted upon you on at sunrise on the 4th day.
Oh dear.
So you can negate all damage from attacks whenever you please. Doesn't take an action. Doesn't take anything. Not even a reaction. It is simply you evoking this divine power. And then we'll tell you what happens on the 4th day. But it is going to bite you back.
Okay. Could you dump all this info into chat too, so that way I can save it in my Google Notes now? Because I will forget, and I don't know how time passes.
Well, I think it's best.
Also, this entire campaign has happened over 4 days anyway, so you know what? This is probably going to
I think
carry.
we're day 5. I feel like we were day 4 before we got here, and then we had a night here.
This is like the
I think we're on the 5th day, 5th night.
Yeah. I think we're on the 5th day, because we started in the evening of the 4th, and it's the, like, evening of the 9th now. So yeah, it'd be 5 days. But, like, that'll probably carry us through for the rest of the campaign, so we're probably good.
It's all fine.
You'll just, have a heck of a day after we kill Strahd.
Next is in roll 20.
Thank you.
So you can pull it out of there, and it's for the next 3 days.
I'm going to
There's
dump
more
it in the
details there that you
Discord
know.
as well.
Yeah, dump it in Discord for me if you would.
I will do that.
Thank you.
Of course.
As for the rest of you, what you see is Ficus pull a card off of the wall, look at it for a moment, and then, even though it's, dimmish torchlight down here, you can see Ficus as though she is standing in full sunlight. Not glowing, there's nothing coming down or beaming. It's just as though she's in full sun.
She's just vibrant.
She's vibrant. As for the skeletons, it's their turn.
Oh dear.
And like I said, I'm going to move them all for simplicity. And they are dumb as rocks, so they have no problem doing that. This one's going to go here because it already swiped at Leaf. These two are going to swipe at Uther, but they're going to do so with him having partial cover from being up on the landing. So Uther, yes.
I got to react. I just reread my protection ability, and it says it's reactive against a single attack. Do I have to declare that before or after you roll?
It's a reaction, so it usually says.
Also,
What's
who
the
is
name
this
of the
person standing in front of me on the stairs?
It says when a
That's
creature
the old
uses
guy
attacks
we
a target
knocked out.
within 5 feet,
Oh.
use
I'm just
reaction
standing
to impose disadvantage on the attack
What's the
roll.
name of the ability?
Oh, my bad. That is my fighting style protection.
You have to be standing next to the person though.
I
yeah,
am
but he's
standing
standing next
to
to Uther.
and I can see Uther, and yes, I can see both of them. So I didn't know if I had to do it before or after the roll, because I would prefer to say that to the roll if it hits.
It usually says, so I'm just trying to.
Oh, well, I got
I'm pretty sure with the reaction. I'm pretty sure with the reaction, you can do it after the attack happens. That's why shield is a thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. So yeah, you can see it, and then you can force them to roll with disadvantage.
Gotcha.
So these two skeletons, Uther, you see these claws reach up underneath the railing of this, slashing at you. What's your normal AC is 16. I'll give you +2 from that. So the first
it's 17.
It's 17. Sorry. Misses anyway, even with the boost. The other one rolls a crit.
Oh, so disadvantage will help for that one?
It will hit. Yes, it will. Go ahead. You say, I'm going to protect him.
Yes. Thor will put up his shield and try to parry that second blow for Uther. All while
Oh, you do care.
Mm-hmm.
This one claw is like coming up for Uther's femoral artery, and there's some concerns with where the claw is going, and Uther's too shocked by where the claw is going to stop it. But Soul reaches around and bats it away with his shield. These two are going to swipe at Leaf.
Okay.
I really hope that you hear Bright saying "I told you so" in your head.
He did not.
I love you too.
You need message for that.
15 will miss, and a 7 will definitely miss. So those two kind of try and lean up and slash at Leaf and do terribly. The one directly in front of you can attack without any problems. A 5, though, it sucks at everything. And then the other 3 are going to start rending the dog that came down here. An 18 to hit your dog.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
For 3 damage.
Okay.
A 9 misses and a 19 to hit your dog
Mm-hmm.
for 7 damage.
Mm-hmm.
They're not vampires.
It's okay.
And
He
then-
still has 14 hit points left.
The small claws.
Small.
It's not their turn yet. Soul, go ahead.
All right. So you said I can move through Uther in the same space? I mean, we kinda
Leapfrog.
You can squeeze by him, yes. You just can't end in the same space.
Just leapfrog over him and land on this guy. Won't even take an attack. Just crush him.
I don't think my athletics gives me a leap that well. Yeah, my aerobatics is a 1. Oh, my athletics is 6 though. Nah, I don't trust it.
Okay.
Fifth level heroes, it's a 3-foot drop and you're hopping a railing. I wouldn't make you roll for it.
Oh, okay.
Be aesthetic, okay?
You are a metal being. Just crush him with your sheer weight.
Go
Yep,
full Iron Giant.
parkour, tackle attack.
You,
On
you
right
guys
in
are
front of
asking
Uther.
a giant hunk of metal to stand on what we believe to be quicksand. I just would like to remind you all.
Hey,
So,
My
Just-
smaller hunk of metal is standing on quicksand just fine.
And I also drop the old man. Like, just put him down on the step gently. Best I can. And I leap over Uther, and let's just say, yeah, a Warhammer strike at the first one.
This bed is on
23
fire.
to hit.
okay. 23 will hit. Minimum damage will kill it.
11.
So you either jump over or squeeze by and hop over the top rope and crush a skeleton beneath you.
Yes.
Love it.
And then I finish that with a roll about here. Let's say finish a roll about there. And I just smile at Uther.
I think you have 2 attacks.
Oh, I do. You're right. So let's do a rising uppercut at the second one.
Okay.
So that's a 15.
15 will hit, and minimum damage will shatter it.
Booyah.
Bones go everywhere.
2 for 2.
Just look at Uther and say, this is the part I like about you. And then I'm done.
It's your turn.
Uther's just gonna stretch his hand out, and all the skin and muscle are gonna fall off of it, and the skeleton's gonna fly towards this guy right here.
Absolutely.
20 to hit. Nice.
20 will definitely hit. For 6.
And because it's an undead target, it also has disadvantage on its next attack roll until the end of my next turn, and it can't gain HP.
Okay. Yes, an important note. It cannot gain HP.
Woo!
That'll be good against the vampires.
Disadvantage.
Then after doing that, Uther's just gonna lean on his axe and go, "No, please continue this display."
I love that we've gone from Uther just asking constant questions of Soul to this kind of like bromance of like one
I love the
upsmanship.
sass. It's so good.
It's so much sass, yeah, exactly.
And if I could have Bright, how about you? Would you please roll me a d6?
Why?
chant.
6?
Gets louder. 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that how many more hands pop up?
Not important. Leaf, it's your turn.
I think it's very important to know.
Yeah, so dang it. Yeah, Leaf is just frustrated. He's like basically saying to
Oh,
himself.
wait. Pause for a second, Leaf. I forgot the claws.
Go ahead.
So the skeletal hands are going to grab at the dog because it's the only one on the floor.
Oh, sure.
So a 7 misses.
Yeah, it does.
An 11, does that hit?
No.
A 17?
No. Well, maybe. I'm flipping. Nope, it's 15, JK.
Okay, so it takes 2 piercing damage as this claw reaches out, grabs it, and instead of pulling the little soul into its spot, it pulls
Baby soul.
itself through the dirt and shoves off it.
Yeah.
That does not provoke, Leaf.
Baby soul. Baby soul should be at 12 hit points, not 9, I think.
And then the last one's a 23.
Okay, that's gonna
3
make them less than 9.
It's grappled by 2 of them.
It's grappled by 2 of them, and this one pulls itself in as well. It'll be at 6. I put it at the start of the fight. So
Well, now he's at 3.
it was my mistake.
Okay,
I've been treating it like an NPC. I've been taking health away from it.
thank you.
So
I've been tracking it here. I should track it on his character sheet.
no problem. He's down to 6. He has 2 claws grabbing his 2 legs, and now it's Leaf's turn.
Hit him. Get you AoE.
So as I was about to say, Leaf is just like berating himself. He's like, that was so amateur. Always check for traps. Always check for traps. And he's just gonna try to lay into this skeleton in front of him.
Go ahead.
So first attack with the short sword, 17 to hit.
Yep.
As a bonus action, oh my god, that one doesn't count. That's 11 piercing damage.
Okay. It doesn't quite do as much as you would hope. Wait, never mind. It's fine. It does perfectly exactly what you would hope.
Okay. And as a bonus action, I forgot, I will mark it as my prey so that hopefully the second attack will do it in. Another 17 to hit for, oh my god, exactly the same 12 damage this time because it's marked.
It destroys it, shatters it. Thing is dead and gone. The bones break apart and fall to dust on the floor.
All right, that's action and bonus action. I am not going to move.
Yep, right.
All right. Let me read a spell. Because I just got this idea.
The fire of the cot next to Soul just crackles warmly, lights the rest of the room.
See, now it's funny you say fire. We're gonna start some more in this place. I'm gonna come down. I'm gonna draw a 20-foot cube on this side of the room so that none of my team gets hit with it. And I don't actually know where Ficus is, but I'm assuming that I won't hit her. Sweet. Then only all the skellies are gonna get hit with some dazzling fire.
Including your dog?
Yeah.
Doesn't catch your dog.
Can I have my dog move
If you're
first?
willing to catch your dog, every other enemy in the room will be inside your square.
I'm willing to get my dog.
Okay, every enemy in the room is inside your square.
Yep. Let's hope itty bitty hands aren't that good at dexterity saving throws.
Okay. What are you hitting him with?
Fairy fire.
Okay, we'll start
nice.
with claws.
Oh, you're so
I told you we're starting a fire.
An 11,
No.
a 5,
No.
and a 17. So
Uh,
only one of the
no.
Always one.
I have a -2 that I can use on you from chat.
What? Chat, you betrayed me?
Yep, I have it from last time. -2. You get it.
Fine. So that one. And then there's 2 on the same space as your dog. A 3 and a 4. All of the skeletal hands fail and are moving. Now for the skeletons. Starting at the top. A 13 fails. A 5 fails. A 20 succeeds. A 8 fails. And a 15 fails. Passes. That's your DC.
My DC is 16.
16 fails.
That's
And my
awesome.
dog nat 20'd to not get hit.
Excellent. Thanks, Bright. That was just what we needed.
So all of them are glowing except for the one with the smoky blob on it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. How about a color? Could you do like a red or blue or something super easy to see?
I was gonna say that all of my fair fire is orange.
Oh, orange? Okay.
Yeah. So for casting this one, she was just like, baby, don't look at the last one. And now she's like, look at the pretty sparkly things. Pff, it just like explodes it over the whole room.
There's like this.
Toby has such a good babysitter.
What did you say?
Toby has such a good babysitter.
I am
I think
a
that was a
mom.
compliment.
Anything else, Brett?
No. Maybe like cast a worried glance at this body that we left on the stairs right there, but you know.
There's an unconscious commoner on the stairs.
It's fine.
He's
Yeah.
not dead.
Ficus.
Ficus is very upset for Baby Soul, so she's going to actually
Good.
she's gonna come here and she's going to bust out her, let's do her rapier and a dagger for her dual wielding right now, and she's going to double stab the skelly that's right in front of her.
For the record, everything is glowing in 10-foot dim light radius, by the way. So it's just like real light in here now.
There's a torch on the wall. There's a burning cot. There's
Kinda
fairy
like
fire everywhere.
Glowing
There's
embers
Ficus.
of light.
There's Ficus, who appears to be in full high noon. Yeah.
Question, does this mean
You have advantage, so you have
I do
sneak.
have advantage? I also have sneak attack, yes. Perfect.
Got you. I am a buff. I deal no damage, but you all do so much better.
19 will
Fairy Fire
hit.
is one of my favorite spells.
So we've got
in
a
the game.
22 and a 19.
Both will hit. The first attack kills it.
Yes.
Perfect. Then could I have used the second attack for... Are those skelly hands still there?
Move on to the next one.
Yes, the skelly hands are still there.
Okay.
I just got rid of the one that was initiative.
She will stand... She'll walk around the skelly hands and then try to stab this guy. She's not too concerned about the skelly hands. She wants to kill the skellies.
Sounds good.
You have advantage on this
That
one.
hits. What's the second attack show?
Yeah. So that's for 9 damage on that one.
You already used your sneak attack, so it's only 4.
Oh, 4. Yep.
You know what I should have done? I should have had Baby Soul heal with my bonus action. I'm a dummy. It's fine. I'll do it next time. It's fine.
And then she will bonus action disengage.
Okay. Sounds great. You pass by these hands, and they reach up to grab at you, but they seem fairly ineffectual. It's like they're not creatures per se. It is the skeleton's turn. Uther, the one that you used your Lich Slap on, is going to try and attack you. It's going to be at
Which one is that?
this one.
Isn't
Okay.
this a upper landing?
It is. So he has partial cover for +2 to his AC, and it's at disadvantage because
Because it's getting choked to death by my skeleton hand.
the bones are being crushed by a different bone hand. So it will roll an 8 and miss. This one is going to continue to attack Leaf with its clawed hands. It reaches up and tries to reach through the over the banister to hit you and misses terribly. Ficus, the one that you stabbed, is none too pleased. It turns to you and rolls terribly. It's like expecting something bigger and swipes a claw over your hand. And then the last one's going to attack the Baby Soul. 13 misses, I believe.
Yeah, it does. I was gonna say the only reason that I kept the dog in this spot is because it could like give advantage to anybody that attacked, and then all of them rolled terribly anyways.
They did. Soul, it's your turn.
All right, so He's having a good time. So Solo is going to full charge right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So first swing is at this buddy to his left.
Take all the advantage.
Yep. And with a shout to the light, swing his Warhammer.
Yeah.
Roll hit. And your minimum damage is going to paste it. It just explodes in a burst of bone dust.
And he's going to keep the momentum swing straight at the one right in front of him. So all in one swing.
Okay.
He's going to go after both of these.
Critical hit.
There we go. I got an advantage. So there you go.
I
So
love
that
fairy
one's
fire.
right down on his head and just smash him back into dust.
You smash him right back into the grave from which he rose. He just disappears in a cloud. Poof. And is gone.
I can hear
Let's
I am a
see.
banana so faintly in the background.
Anything else?
Well, that he's gonna Solo's just feeling real good right now, getting back to what he used to, smashing undead. Just gonna shout out to Appraise Lathander, and he's done.
All right. Uther.
They're still leaning on his axe. Gives Soul a thumbs up, and all the flesh and the muscle fall off of it. And the thumbs up goes straight to the zombie, the skeleton right in front of him. And we get advantage of this attack.
Yeah, I was
because
gonna
of
say,
fair
if it's an
fighting, right?
attack roll, you got advantage, baby.
Nope, missed both times.
Come on.
He's still new to the magic thing.
Uther's still new. Decides to get a little clever. Instead of grabbing, tries to punch with a thumb up, and it just sails past the skeleton.
Solo's gonna shout, "Stick the punching!"
Anything else, Uther?
Does that get him to the point where he wants to use one of his rages? No, but he will hop the banister with his great axe in hand.
And just crunch
He
on
goes,
some bones.
all right. And that'll be his.
The chant gets louder. Leaf, could you roll me a d6, please?
All right. 4.
4. Thank you much. The two claws that are grabbing onto Baby Soul are going to attack. They get advantage because he is restrained, which is a 15 to hit it, which I think is what you said.
That is his armor class. Unless... Nope, just kidding. I was like, hey, Might of the Master, but that doesn't affect armor class.
So that is for 1 piercing damage. The other one grabbing it rolls a 16 for 1 damage.
He's still alive! This poor thing is just so shredded.
The two here are more likely to go for something living than something not living. So that's
Okay.
this one is going to attack Ficus. A 22 to hit will definitely hit Ficus for 2 piercing damage, and it pulls itself like it grabs like your hip, and you can feel its fingers dig into your skin and start bleeding, and it pulls itself.
Disadvantage.
What?
I kept Baby Soul there for a reason.
It missed then.
Thank you.
I'll put it back. It reaches up to grab your hip like a drunk at a bar, and you slap it away and call the bouncer.
No, my dog helped, so, like, my dog is the one that helped save it.
The bouncer was there and stopped.
Yeah! My dog's a bouncer now.
The other
a
one
minute. My dog is 2 days old. What is it doing tending bar?
Not tending bar, bouncing.
Bouncing.
7 is not going to hit. And then the one next to Soul is going to try and clash. 16 does not hit Soul. And that goes back around to Leaf.
All right. So Leaf is going to first use bonus action to move the Slayer's Prey to this creature here. I'm gonna slide this way down the steps to get. Well, this one we didn't have advantage on the skeleton because it didn't have Fairy Fire, but I'm gonna make sure we're flanking it to gain advantage. So once it's marked, first attack is critical. Yeah.
Perfect.
We're working as such a good team right now.
Yes. Finally coming together. So let me see if I have. Okay, yeah. So here we go. Oh yeah, that's 16 damage.
Even minimum did it, so it is
All right.
absolutely dusted as another skeleton falls. There are 2 skeletal hands grabbing Baby Soul in front of you.
Yeah, I am going to use my second attack to try to swipe one of them off of it. That's 21 to hit.
Yay!
21 hits and
12 damage.
Same-
Oh no,
saving
10 damage. 'cause
throw.
I didn't use this Slayer's Prey.
just hitting it's enough to kill it.
Did you just move Baby Soul?
It wouldn't let me select the claw
Just to
that was
get to it.
grabbing it.
Okay. I'm like, don't punch him away.
All right, there's only one left under that has a hold of Baby Soul. Anything else, Leaf?
That's movement and bonus action and action. I'm not going to use any more movement because I don't want to get attacked.
Okay, Bright, go ahead.
Oh, goodness gracious. I would like to come stand here so that I have a good view, and I would like to target the hand that is holding my boy.
Absolutely.
Well, my robo boy. The other boy is fine. And I would like to produce flame at it, please, and just fling some fire from my own head directly at it.
Fling away.
Do I have advantage because of fairy fire?
Yes.
Hooray! I already forgot what the first number was. It was a 9. So 9 plus... I don't know. 7.
That's more than enough.
16.
The fire burns away that hand, turns to
Yes.
carbon dust, and is gone.
My robo dog is safe.
Robodog is free again.
I will use my bonus action to make it repair. So it will restore 2d8 plus 2 hit points to itself. And it's going to kind of, in a very similar manner to the skeleton hands that were like pulling all over the like pieces that have been torn and rent off from him, are just gonna like start crawling their way back and just latch back into place.
Sounds good.
Oh, I rolled real good. I don't know what 7 plus 6 plus 2 is.
15.
15.
15. I'm a heal him. Oh, you heal him.
I'm back at 19.
Thank you. We're
Anything
good.
right? All right.
No, that's all I can do.
There's 1 skeleton left and 4 skeletal claws reaching out from it.
All right, let's do some stabby times on the skeleton.
Stabby times. You still have advantage.
25 will hit. 8 is almost enough to finish it off.
All right, second stabby time at this guy.
The advantage from Fairy Fire gets you the 25 to hit. and
Excellent.
Finish
7
it off.
damage. And I just stand there in my pile of bones, just like, ah. Just very proud of myself.
Soul.
I'm proud
There
of
are
you.
4 of these skeletal claws left.
All right. Well. Okay.
So basically, all Soul's going to do is he's going to take a swing at the two closest to him.
Sure.
All right. No particular order. First one missed.
No, you have advantage.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Both hit.
So
Got you.
whack-a-mole. Thank you.
You whack-a-mole these
both of
skeleton
them.
hands and get rid of 2 of them.
And then he just shouts, "Leave the last 2. Let's get out of here." There's no point of. Can they move?
Yes.
Yeah.
I crawled directly up onto my dog, if you don't remember.
Oh, I didn't realize they were just limbs.
They were just chilling on my dog.
Move your dog
fine.
away.
No, he's helping you all to not get hit.
Uther, it's your turn. There's 2 more skull claws left up by Ficus.
Yeah. Uther's gonna pass by us, so pat him on the back and start walking up the stairs here. Take a look back. Try a middle finger this time and see if that works. Middle finger works, y'all. So,
You're welcome.
Hits it with 4 damage.
How about that?
The finger flies down, gets underneath the wrist, and just rockets straight up, and the hand bursts.
Then he's gonna walk into the next room.
So that door is locked.
Okay, I'm gonna
Kick
kick
it.
the door down.
Yeah.
You took your action to do your attack, so
No.
Is that where the chanting's coming from?
Well, it ain't coming from upstairs.
Over there. Leaf points around to the wall.
the chanting gets louder again. Uther, or Noir rather, would you roll a d6 for me?
Ready?
3.
I want to buy 9. Nah, you up by 9.
Stop. Every time that I get it out of my head, you just start chanting again.
That's just
The law here is going to try and grab Ficus. Fails with an 8, and it will just flail there and wait for Leaf to finish it off.
Yeah, he's gonna take a swipe at it as he basically runs across the room. So 18 slice, 6 damage.
Just the last one.
Yes.
We are going to stay in initiative, and I want to ask you not to extend or go beyond your legal movement.
Yeah, that's 5, 10, unless you want me to. Well, 10. Let me do this. Here we go. 15, 20. So he's going to run over here. And say, I think there's something behind this wall. And I technically can't do anything because I already used an action, but I'm going to start looking for a secret passage.
Sure. Right.
On that note, shouldn't we take our quick break real quick before we bust into the
That
next
is a
room?
great idea.
That's a really good idea. So, on the note of Leaf running to the wall and going, I hear something back here, we're going to take just a real quick, less than 5-minute break, and we will see you very soon. And we are back with Leaf standing at a wall after following footprints that terminated at its base, picking up with Bright on the landing.
I would just like to point out that I have a wonderful Christmas dinosaur. That's all. I'm gonna stay in the middle of the room.
Okay.
I would not have time to cast Mending, would I?
You can take a normal turn. So
Nope.
you can start mending.
Yeah, but we know how that's gonna go.
So real quick, which way do we think we hear the chanting?
Leaf is convinced it's coming from that way. Uther has gone up the stairs and is next to a locked door.
All right. Secret passage and a secret passage.
Would we know? We don't know the upstairs of the house,
No.
but would we know like where that could lead out to?
I'm hoping one of these lead to an exit. 'Cause the police
You can
gonna
make
be
a
upstairs.
check on your turn.
Okay. Just my
Um,
thoughts.
I'm just gonna move and not do anything. I will hold the baby.
Okay. Ficus.
Ficus is going to kind of get 2, 3. She's gonna get to here because this is as far as her little legs will carry her with her action, with her movement, and then she's going to be like, oh yeah, that's right, we set a bed on fire, and she's going to cast Mold Earth.
Yeah.
So she can pick up like the sand and stuff that's here and just throw it over the bed so as not to cause a fire in the lower level of the house that we're currently in that only can go up. So she's just firefighter skills, kind of like putting out forest fires like she would do back home, like just trying to dump some sand and dirt on top of these open flames to put out those fires. And then she will bonus action dash to get up to the wall to see if she can also listen.
Right. Soul.
All right. Soul's gonna walk towards the wall. Leaf thought he heard it coming from, and we asked, "Do you believe there's a passage here, Leaf?"
There's all these footprints leading up to the wall and seemingly going through it, so there's got to be something here.
Just put your ear up to the wall and listen.
Let's do a strength check to see if I can push open this secret passage. I need to guess a spot right above where the feet disappear to.
Okay. There. Pick a section of wall and make a strength check.
Yep.
push
Like I
me
said,
out of the
pick
way.
exactly above where the feet disappeared to. I'm going to push.
They're right where Leaf is standing.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a strength check then.
13.
13. That is enough because it's not really locked. It's mostly hidden. You start shoving on the wall right in front of Leaf. And when you do, it spins open. And you see a few things. First, the chanting is full power. And you see 4 figures at 4 points of a pentagram drawn into the floor that are chanting actively. At the head of the point is what appears to be a woman in her late 70s who has her hands out leading the chant. And in the center is a young woman in her early 30s who is bound laying in the center of the pentagram. And there is a silvery stream moving from the figure in the middle to the old woman. I'll let you say something before it's Uther's turn.
I want to shout at all of them, praise Lathander, as loud as I can.
Okay.
Did that seem to distract them?
I think he more meant yell at Uther to get over there, but you know.
Uther, it's your turn.
Here in praise Lathander, I am immediately repelled, and I'm gonna kick this door down.
Make a strength check.
Whatever he's doing over there, he can keep it right the fuck over there.
You provoked somebody, not who you meant to, but somebody.
I tried to taunt. I don't have the taunt ability, so I had to ad-lib one.
26 to knock the door down.
26? Oh yeah, you kick the door down. And you kick this door, and it is a door on the outside of the house. And you find yourself outside the house on the ground floor looking at the street.
Wait, I went through it?
You kicked the door down. You rolled a 26. Isn't that what you just said?
Oh yeah, I kicked the door down. I just wanted to see what was in it.
Oh, okay. Let me get rid of the...
It's like, okay, cool. That's the exit.
There you go.
Hey, at least now we'll be able to, get out of here faster.
Yeah, unless someone from outside hears, and this is the way the police come in.
Hey, because somebody
Wait.
boot that bot for me.
Let's see. I am not seeing my token on the map. 1 second.
Sorry, I gotta figure out how to boot the bot.
I am banana.
There you
All right,
go, buddy.
after doing that, he would begrudgingly make his way back to wherever Bright is, because that's the concern.
Come get your praise on.
Nah, you can have fun with all that Lathander shit on your own. Sorry, I just refreshed Roll20. So I'm literally just gonna have him move to wherever Bright is, and that's my turn.
All right, sounds great. Go back down to the cellar. And Soul, how about you do the honors of rolling a d6 for us as you all look on?
Aye.
5. So the three of you standing at the entrance to this, you see that silver thread that is between the woman on the floor and the old woman suddenly pulse. And now the young woman on the floor seems to be in her late 30s. And the old woman in her late 70s grows younger.
That's the girl. That's the girl that we talked to.
Yep. I've got a plan, but I've got to wait till my turn.
Think they're sacrificing that girl, or that girl is the bad guy?
No, the girl on the floor is the girl that we brought in here. She's aging before our eyes.
The
Gotcha.
teenager, she's the old lady stealing her youth, which is why she knew the person from Death House like 300 years ago. Because she just steals people's youth.
Ficus and Soul, you both have seen Yeshka, and this looks like an older version of her.
I was going to ask if we recognized it earlier, but whose turn? Are we rolling initiative again, or we just keep rolling?
Nope, it's Leaf's turn.
Yeah.
I pulled the chanting back.
Oh no, it was. Well, I
But
thought.
I have a banana!
No,
You
it was
banana.
it was great chanting. It's just so spooky.
I'm getting like mildly hyped up back here because of the
I know,
chanting
right?
got so much louder in my brain. I was just like,
It's cool.
Where are the
Um,
bananas?
Leaf
Everybody's
is
gonna eat
going
banana.
to. He's gonna say, "You will defile this land no more." As he is going to try. Can I sheath my sword and pull my bow, make an attack? How do you want me to do?
You are a trained hero. I'm going to let you do that.
Okay, I appreciate that very much. So bonus action, I will mark this fellow here, and
Okay.
I'm gonna take a step back to let the others through the door more easily, before taking a shot. I'm gonna take a chance and make my first shot a sharpshooter attack. So let's see how this goes. Yeah. Dang, that's only an 11.
An 11 will miss.
That wasn't a very good roll, so I'm gonna try it one more time like that and see what happens. That's a 23.
A 23 will definitely hit.
All right. That'll be 25 piercing damage to that feller. Or
So this-
lady, whatever the case may be.
It's a masked cultist in full robes, no presentation at all. It's just bowing like this partially while standing. You put an arrow through the back of its head and it collapses to the floor. The chanting continues without pause. Anything else?
I mean, that's sufficient for me. So I just look to Soul and nod.
Right, go ahead.
All right. I'm gonna move over here to see what's happening. Can I see the silver cord from here?
Yes.
And do I recognize it being Yeshka?
You didn't go into the house or anything, so you wouldn't necessarily recognize the girl on the floor as Yeshka. No.
Hadn't we all seen her through the... no. I don't know. You know what? It's still a person on the floor that looks like they're being sacrificed, so I'm gonna produce flame at the cord. And try and sever that connection.
Why don't you give me a quick Arcana check? Give it to you for free.
Ooh, a natural 20. I was like, I didn't roll that well. Just kidding, I have a +8.
Taking a look at a group ritual like this, you know that the ritual will weaken if you destroy the ones that are doing the chanting.
Okay.
So, trying to target the effect of the spell likely wouldn't help you.
Even like the cord connecting the two explicitly isn't gonna do worse?
It's a magical thread. It's a magical silvery light. It's
okay. That's cool. All right, whoever I can target then gets to produce flame up the face.
all right. I think you can see what this one and
I have this one and this one in my sights.
This one's definitely leading the chanting.
Yeah, that one looks pretty sinister, so in it goes.
That one? Okay.
Yes. I still don't know my own character sheet. +6. Nope. 9 + 7 is 16.
16 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
4 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And my doggo is gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, sure. He got healed up. He's gonna run right in there and just start distracting them as much as he can. Actually, he can make it there. No, his speed is 40. He can make it right there.
Okay.
Chomp, chomp.
All good? They seem unbothered by the little robot man that runs into their chanting circle.
Rude.
She does nothing. Ficus, go ahead.
Okay, so Ficus is gonna pop her head in. Oh boy, this is fun. So where is the lady? She's here? Or she's here, okay.
Yep.
Ficus actually, like, from outside the doorway here, she's gonna see the lady. And wasn't her dagger a gift from this lady to what's-her-face to go murder the maid?
You know that the dagger was in the house at the same time as her. You're sure somebody helped murder the maid, but it was a man and a woman that murdered the maid.
Okay. For some reason, I thought it was like a gift from her, from the notes, but maybe not. Either way, Ficus is going to finally use her new feature of being Fey touched. She is going to Misty Step and just go boop, and she's just gonna fly across the room through fog, and then she's gonna be like, recognize this, and then for her action, she's just going to stab in at the lady currently consuming our orphan.
Best.
Okay, go ahead. You'll have advantage.
Yeah.
23 will definitely hit, or 13 damage.
Booyah. And
that
I
include
I want to
yeah.
Does she look at me? Like, I want to be like staring at her as I'm like stabbing up into her chest.
She did nothing more, but she's like glancing out of the corner of her eyes, but she is focused on the issue at hand.
That is some concentration right there.
Yeah, imagine getting just stabbed in your hip by a tiny person and just Like someone's
that
child
is-
comes up and just shanks you.
Actually, a good point. Is the damage taken?
Even a 16's nice.
It is Soul's turn.
All right. Soul basically had the exact same idea. So Soul's actually going to occupy the same space as the dog, and he is going to take a swing at the old lady.
You're basically the same person. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
And really, is that advantage? No.
You advantage. Yes, she's not jumping out of the way, so that is going to hit.
All right. That's a 7. And then he's going to swing at her again since she's not going down.
Okay,
This is one scary old lady.
that'll hit.
Another 7.
13 hits. Nice.
She collapses to the ground, unconscious.
All right. Is the
What happens
ritual
to the
still
cord of
going on?
energy?
It is still between her right now.
So she's
The
still
other-
getting younger?
Other 3 cultists are still chanting. It's not pulsed again yet.
Okay.
Are you all done, Soul?
Yeah, I'm done.
Anyone who speaks Infernal will hear a little voice that goes, "Mistress, no!" And I need to...
That would be Uther.
So Uther and Bright both hear that happen.
Oh, that's right. I forgot Bright speaks Infernal.
And Ficus, does a 16 hit you?
Yep.
An imp
From where? From where?
suddenly appears.
From where? Disadvantage.
It was invisible when it attacked.
Rude.
I believe your thing says it has to see the attack. That's what almost all of
Probably.
them say.
Mine does,
imp
unfortunately.
appears when its invisibility breaks. You take 4 piercing damage and have to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Do I get a reaction on that?
Constitution.
7. What react? It was invisible, so you wouldn't have been able to see it when it attacked. So you couldn't
Fair
do
enough.
the protection thing. 7 fails. So Ficus, you feel this poison course through you. For
Can we stop targeting Ficus so much, please?
it just happens.
I tend to
You
put
take-
myself in the thick of it like real fast. It's not like I wait, observe my surroundings, learn. It's, oh, I'm in this now. How do I get out?
So you take the full 7 poison damage. And this thing is, so Uther and Bright, you hear this thing swearing at Ficus and Soul in Infernal. Uther, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna finally walk in here and see what's going on, and it's gonna be like that gif of Community where it's just like, oh, everything is terrible. So there's somebody in the middle of the pentagram, unconscious, right?
Yes.
All right, yeah. I'm gonna just walk up there and finish that.
Wait, you're gonna finish the person
wait,
that's
what?
who we're trying to save?
Oh, I thought. Sorry, I thought that was the person that was starting all this.
She's
The one that's-
drowned and
No,
unconscious.
she-
Ficus and Soul.
Okay, did not know that. I was just like, well.
Plot twist.
I'm gonna come and solve all the problems. Kills it on
Hey, you know, sometimes it be like that. Okay, I guess I'll see this guy chanting, right?
You do see that,
let's,
that masked figure's chanting, yeah.
Let's first start off with a little bit of rage.
Go for it.
And I'm gonna have one of my ancestors standing in front of Fig, and we're going to we're gonna see what happens here with this.
Yeah. No issues there.
Yep. So yeah, that's just gonna be 8 damage. It's not
Just
much.
It,
Oh, and hold on, it's not 8 damage, it's 9, 10, 11, because of the
Okay.
3 from my rage.
okay, there we go. So that will be enough to kill this cultist as you slash it down, and the silver thread gets thinner at this point, but doesn't go away completely. As Leaf, roll me a d4.
Yes, sure. 4.
4. The figure in the middle ages again, and you see the breath return to the unconscious woman on the ground. She still doesn't speak or pay attention to you. Leaf, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Kick her again.
Curse you in your foul magic. Moving into the room. Once again, I will make a sharpshooter attack. I will first go for this one to the right.
Sure.
I will use bonus action to move my hunter's prey to that one.
Yep.
Damn. It's a 10.
That misses.
All right. Try it again. 15 to hit.
15 will hit.
20 damage.
That will kill it. This other one is still. I'm a banana, love banana. I'm a
I'm
banana,
gonna move.
love banana. Falls to the floor.
I'm gonna move over
Look
to
what
the
you started, Noir.
corner.
Get
of
these
the room,
bananas!
and that's it for Leaf.
Right, your turn.
Fairly safe infernal chant I've ever heard.
No, I've
Okay.
heard one even more family safe than that. You know, baby shark, ba 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 da ba da.
All right, I'm gonna come stand in the doorway,
Yep.
and yeah, I don't see that there's any reason to get crazy on this. Nah, you know what? I've been rolling really well tonight, so we're gonna use my last spell slot on catapult, and hope I get to do that big damage.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure that catapult you have to make a save though.
Is it save or attack? I can't remember which.
I think
It's
it's,
a
a
save.
save because I used an
Dexterity
attack
save.
to do it before and I was wrong.
But
Yeah,
it's
you have to make a
every
dex
creature
save.
in a line, if I remember right. Like
There's
if it misses
nobody-
the first one, it could hit
Yeah,
the
I'm
second
aiming
one.
for that guy. There's no one in between us.
Well,
It's
there's
all
an
right.
imp.
She's on the ground.
But you can send it in any direction, right? It's magic, so you can choose a line anywhere you want.
All right, would you like me to walk all the way into here so I can whack both of them?
No, I'm saying it doesn't have to. It's not a line from you. You can send it going in any direction from any point within range. So, like, you could send a line across like that.
You can zig and zag.
Yeah, totally.
I have to choose an object that isn't being worn or carried,
Throw the chair.
and it flies in a straight line. What thing do you see that
Yeah,
is in a
throw a
straight line
chair.
right
The chair.
here?
Throw the chair.
The chair weighs more than 5
That's true.
pounds.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
I mean, unless the DM would allow a spare part to be breaking off of Merlin that I could just yeet.
How secure are the
His
torches?
tail.
We'll just.
Or one of
I
Leaf's
mean,
arrows, because Leaf's
I'm-
got a bunch of arrows in here.
I was
There are
gonna say
arrows on
you
the
could
floor.
But they are all
probably
being
just-
worn or carried.
What about the torch?
GM will say
No, I missed
what
a
he will
couple. So
allow.
there's at least 2 that are on the ground that just like scattered against the wall.
I'm
or
waiting
whatever.
for the GM
Sorry.
to tell me what he will allow.
Shoot the cultist, which does not dodge at all, and you get the clean shot on it. Since it's a dex save, it doesn't move, and you do full damage.
They are saying, see if there's anything from this direction that I can use to hit the imp first, and if it doesn't hit the imp, it will hit the cultist.
Nope.
See y'all. I will end the ritual by yeeting, so it needs to make a dex save. Or if you've ruled that it is busy, then I'm just gonna roll damage.
Roll damage.
Let's
It's
start letting
busy.
people
Roll
cast as
damage.
they intend.
Sorry.
113.
113.
Remember when I said I was rolling really well tonight? I hate
Yep.
this.
So the little object in your hand goes flying straight at it.
It is yet another rock. I just
The
keep
rock-
rocks on me. It's fine.
Goes flying and ricochets off this guy's mask.
This was not worth it.
And keeps on chanting.
This was not worth it.
Determined to be a banana.
The old woman on the ground, who now appears to be in her mid-70s, stands up and continues her chant. Ficus.
Nope. Ficus will double stab if needed. Otherwise, she will single stab and then stab up at the imp too. So she'll go dagger first. Stab.
That will hit and knock her back on the ground.
Ugh. In my brain, I feel like it's smart to double stab her and just like take away her ability to come back.
I mean, I think
But
killing the other guy is the way to make sure that the ritual ends, which will make her not come back.
Yeah, I'll stab up at the imp.
Okay, stab the imp.
Stabbing.
You try and jab at the imp with your rapier, and it's flying in front of you and dodges. You miss.
What's that all translate to in Infernal?
Terrible things about Ficus's family.
They're a wholesome people. I will not stand for this.
Soul, it's your turn.
Soul sees this lady still.
Oh, there was a +2 for Corndogg, so that probably could have hit.
The +2 will hit.
Excellent. Then I stab him for just a little bit. For 5 piercing damage.
5 piercing, and it doesn't quite do as much damage as you hope it would.
I stab him through his pillberry doughboy belly button. That is where I am aiming.
That's where you aim, and instead you nick off the side of his stomach and just do a little tiny cut.
Boo.
Soul, go ahead.
All right. So he does not want to do this, but he doesn't see any choice. So Soul's gonna make an attack on an unconscious old lady.
Okay.
Yes, that's my boy.
She's not.
I'm doing it to
unconscious.
save a life.
Yeah, sure.
But go ahead. You automatically hit. Go ahead and roll damage. It's an automatic crit.
Hopefully, she don't get up from this one. Goodness, I just lost my whole page. There we go.
You auto hit. You auto crit. So roll another
Roll another D. What D?
D8.
8.
What?
Don't you still need to hit? It's just a crit if you do hit.
He
I
had
don't know.
advantage, so a 14 would hit.
you
Oh
have
yeah. Oh hell yeah. Oh, I was about to make fun of you for not having the heart.
Yeah. Yeah, I also saw that 7 and I was like, does he hit though?
Regardless of what you roll, your hammer comes down and crushes the skull of this mid-70s woman laying on the ground.
That's my boy.
Is the silver strand still there?
Yes.
Oh Lord. All right.
You have a second attack.
Yeah, I know. So, can I still move?
Yeah.
All right. I'll make the slide over here and finish off the cultist.
All right. Roll to hit.
All right. 17.
That'll hit, and your minimum is going to finish that one off. As your hammer comes around and catches this cultist in its mid-bow, right in its chest, you feel the hammer just bury in the sternum. The chanting goes silent. The thread dissipates. The imp fades into nothing. The room is quiet, and a woman who appears to be about 40 comes to in the middle of this circle. She sits up and goes, "What happened?"
Soul is ignoring all of this. He just falls straight to his knees. This is literally the first time he's killed a living creature. Yeah. All undead until now. So Soul's gonna sit there and just pray for forgiveness to Lathander and to the light. He knew what he had to do, but still don't mean he didn't want to do it. So while y'all going on, Soul is just in the corner praying to himself.
Leaf is gonna walk up to this woman and okay, wait, I gotta recall. Sorry, I'm trying to remember her name again.
I'm sorry.
Yeshka.
No,
Yeshka.
it is. Yeah, okay, yeah, thank you. All right,
Yeah.
so he's gonna walk up and says, it's Yeshka, right?
Yes.
Why
does my head hurt so?
May I try to help you? We'll
What-
explain
what
everything in a
happened?
moment.
What happened? She starts.
I'm gonna rush it. What do you want to do?
What happened?
I'm gonna try to grab her by the shoulders, like firmly, but still somewhat gently, and try to reassure her. But as I'm doing that, I'm actually gonna try casting Lesser Restoration on her.
Ooh.
You can cast
It
it.
needs a greater, but I'm gonna try anyway.
What's your casting of Lesser Restoration look like? Because I don't think you've cast this one yet.
It is. So he says a few words in Sylvan, and as he holds her, he kind of like lets go with one hand and draws a simple sigil in the air. There's this kind of like golden light, then a swirl of like multicolored leaves, like spring greens and yellows and such, and it kind of swirls around her, and hopefully it'll have some effect, but probably not. But
She puts her hand into my headache's gone away. No other effect than that.
I'm sorry I can't do more right now. You were affected by powerful magic. I'm sure it can be reversed, but
do
it
you
may
mean?
take someone stronger than I.
Back at your church, there's a sister, yes? You remember her?
Yes, Sister Belaska. Yes, of course. She's always
She's
so
found-
kind.
She's found a wonderful friend. I'm sure she will help you. This was not a kind person, but we took care of it, okay? And she aged herself younger by making you older. That is why you seem to be older, and she, I assume, looks older or younger.
Oh, she doesn't have a face because of soul, but yeah.
Looked younger.
I would actually like to. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you still going, Nif? I didn't
No.
want to interrupt.
You may.
If I could, I'd like to have Uther start to rummage through her things, like kind of on the side of Soul. It just like clearly looting her body while he's trying to talk to Soul. You okay?
Conversationally looting. It's fine.
I don't think he caught that.
No,
Yeah, you okay?
I have
You're
committed a
over
great
here.
sin. It's not something I've ever wanted to do.
What's the sin here?
I have taken a life, whether or not it deserved it.
Oh, it deserved it.
It's
So how?
not something I'm used to.
And exactly how do you intend to bring the light if you're not willing to destroy the darkness?
The darkness so far has been undead. It's the first time I had to kill another living creature.
The dead have to come from somewhere, and generally it's living.
You've restored the balance. The sunrise and the sunset. Life and death, everything exists in a balance. And what was happening here was unholy and unnatural. You did a good thing, Solaire of Lathander. I'm sure your god is pleased with your actions.
Well, I shall see. He walks over to the bodies of the cultists. Well, he turns towards them. I don't have it up right now, so I'll just ad-lib it. They never had a chance to repent. We took that away. I pray.
If they were the type of people that wanted to repent,
They would not be in this basement.
they wouldn't have met us here.
Regardless, we didn't give them the chance. We took that chance away. So he says a little prayer for their souls. Hope they find redemption or a second chance wherever their souls may land. And then he gets up. Well, he walks over to the young girl and says, "Do you need help getting back to the orphanage? There's someone who wants to see you."
Yes, please.
All right. So he picks her up and he just quietly walks out.
As Soul is leaving, Uther's just gonna yell one last thing at him. So,
Oh no.
I like your style.
Not even in the mood. Not even in the mood.
Uther,
Yeah, it falls on deaf ears, right?
He's still picking through all the corpses to see if there's anything useful.
roll 4d6s for silver coins you find on the 4 cultists.
Silver? I need those.
Soul,
Immediately,
You
I
can have
immediately give
inspiration
off 15
later.
silver too. Right.
You?
Yeah, once Solaire takes the woman out of the room, Leaf would also help Uther in trying to figure out what's going on here. And he's also he knows a little bit about magic, so he's going to do what he can to defile this pentagram on the floor. It might not do anything, but he's at least going to try.
I kind of have an idea, Leaf. Ficus will just mention as he's like kicking the pentagram, like to like essentially erase the lines.
Yeah.
If we could, when you guys are done taking the stuff off of the bodies, if we could just kind of line them up, that would be helpful.
Out of character, I'm gonna say this house does ever good burning.
I was just about to say, in character, I don't know why we're all going through the trouble. I'm going to set this entire building on fire.
So out
There's
in the
people
Make sure
upstairs.
you get the servants out first.
This is their home. You might want to check with them first. Technically, they have rights to this building now that its owner is dead.
Yeah, but there's another guy that's kind of shitty upstairs, passed out in a bed. The son from this morning that we saw.
The drunk.
He was really drunk. I don't know. I don't think someone deserves to be burned alive because they're a drunk.
That's fair.
You also recall hearing of a daughter that needed cared for when you were
Oh, yeah.
upstairs following the following Yeshka when she was getting her training.
I
A husband
just-
upstairs also.
I don't think that we need to burn this one.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I'm all in favor of burning things going forward. I think we can just skip one for now.
Okay.
Something that I'd like to do, I know Soul is gone, but something that I'd like to do for Soul is, bury these dead, because I think he would want their bodies to have respect. Also, it'll prevent against the smell, because no one wants the smell of corpses coming up from their basement.
Oh,
And
this
so,
is-
like-
this is
Wait,
too
what are you about to
much.
Bury them. Just cast mold earth over and over again to slowly, pull them into the ground, one after the other, just bringing their bodies down. It might sound like crunching of bones and stuff as, the earth, actually pulls them in. But just standing there and, watching the bodies just get pulled in by the earth that we're currently standing on down here. Because you said it was, a dirt floor here.
Yep,
So-
dirt floor.
Just standing there, staring at the ground, kind of a little bit creepy, just staring very intently at the ground as it molds earth and just pulls these bodies down. You can definitely hear crunching, but as that happens, they're in the pentagram area and it's just destroying the pentagram at the same time.
Yeah, it's good.
Again, your wisdom encourages me, Ficus Fig of the Forest.
I'm casting mending on my dog.
As you
So,
should.
As Soul and Yeshka walk through the secret entrance, and Noir Uther counts his coins that he's collected from the dead, Ficus begins burying them with Leaf's onlooking approval, erasing lines in the dirt. Bright kneels next to the broken Steel Guardian, Steel Defender. And that is where we will pause for this evening. Thank you so very much for joining us, but don't go anywhere. We're going to take just 10 or 15 minutes for any comments, questions, concerns, conundrums, or qualms related to this session. If you in chat have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them. We'll hang around for a few minutes talking about the session itself, how we felt it went, those sorts of things. And you are more than welcome to join us in that. So stick around, ask questions. But there we are. So, any second thoughts about the debate whether to go tonight or not to save?
I mean,
I feel so vindicated.
The wash.
yeah.
I mean,
Leaf is thrilled, for
Uther-
sure.
There is not moved at all.
You don't
It
have
had
to
no
be.
effect on Uther.
It's just like, okay,
That's
maybe save
reasonable.
somebody
I mean,
else.
But you
Whatever.
know what, though? I gotta say, I think it's pretty awesome that he did come along. Because he could have very well just stayed at the temple and said, F you guys. I mean, obviously, as a player, that would be lame, but story-wise, that's pretty cool.
The
Weak,
church
not
that
lame.
was.
That's ableist.
Sorry.
Weren't you feeling uncomfortable there?
Huh?
Weren't you feeling uncomfortable in that holy light?
Yeah, but he also wanted to have a. So one of the things that I'm a little sad
Yeah, I was
that
gonna say,
missed
but
out,
you're only here for the silvered axe right now.
that's essentially why he came. One of the things that if he did stay that he will have a conversation about, because this is something that's been on his mind, is maybe it might be better to leave Toby there.
Mm-hmm.
And he hasn't worked up the gusto to have that conversation.
Start that conversation with you.
We're probably gonna have a long rest now, free of charge.
I mean, look,
really.
the thing is, though, if he does have that conversation, if that's the decision that he makes,
Mhm.
He's gonna while out. He's just gonna go nuts. So
We just got to point you in the
know.
right direction when you do. I have a question. Did any of us actually take damage during either of those fights?
Yes.
Yeah,
oh,
Leaf
sorry,
did.
Ficus. Okay. Because I was like, I didn't get touched. I'm pretty sure Sol and Uther didn't.
Uther
Yeah.
almost, but
One
his
hit
buddy
took like
came
almost
and
half my
saved
hit
him.
points.
You're gonna start carrying
Okay,
health potions
so-
now, baby.
I also have the ability to heal myself. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah, that would be good.
Purple has a question for us. So Purple
You've
Phil
got-
asks, has Ficus used any of the card's effect yet? Any plans on how to use it? So if you missed it or tuned in, from the deck of TPK things, a card was drawn, and the Saint card was drawn. Ficus has the ability to stop all damage from an attack that she can see against one of her allies, specifically, not against herself.
Ooh.
That
Ooh,
next 3
I didn't
days
read that part.
will accumulate, and on the 4th day, it will all hit her at once, with the potential of killing her outright. There's ways to mitigate that, but that is the card's effect. So Ficus, have you used it? No, you haven't. She hasn't used it yet, or they haven't used it yet. Any plans on how to use it?
I don't think she ever has plans. I think that's very against her nature. But
good
I
call.
definitely know, like, she has a relationship with each member of her party at this point. And I think if she saw, like, that it was going to be something that, like, knocked them unconscious or something like that, like, I don't think she'd take away hits from anyone unnecessarily. Like, if she's like, oh, they can handle a bite from a mouse or something like that. Like, I think she would be very like, nah, they've got it. I think if she saw them already weak and get hit again, that might be when she'd be like, oh shit, like, help. And if you think I'm going to keep track of the amount of hit points she's taken from that, I'm not going to. She's not going to. She doesn't do math. And neither do I.
Somebody has to, for the record.
Yeah,
I will.
someone should. But
saying
don't
you
tell
gotta
me
do
what
it.
it is, because I don't want her to know.
Here's
So-
a foolproof plan. She just takes all of the damage ever,
And then
And
I just
then the
drop a new character.
and then the cleric or paladin learns Revivify for the 4th
Oh,
day.
you didn't read that fine print. She can't be restored if it's double her max HP.
Oh.
There is some fine print on this card that keeps it from being. So DMF Saint is the one that wrote this card. And Saint's
course
been
it is.
doing amazing streaming for a long
You're
time.
so great.
And so he has found that
JK, my plan is
already.
gone. My plan is gone. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't think Ficus would be of, like, a strategic mindset to be like, yeah, no, like, I've taken enough hit points in 4 days from now. I think she would see, like, my friend's about to go unconscious. Fortunately, Ficus is the dumb one, and she goes unconscious first, usually.
It's true.
Yeah,
That's
I
not-
did
I'm like,
not
that hasn't been an
believe that's the hit
issue.
point.
That's a little unfortunate that it was you that got it, because we would use it to protect you more
Oh
than
god, I
anyone
know,
else.
and she would feel so terrible if anyone took any of her pain. Like, she's fine with
Mhm.
people healing her,
Yeah.
but I think if she learned that you guys had this, that she would play, like, much more carefully, and she would think about what she was doing, because she wouldn't want you to take any damage for her.
Which is
So-
funny. You have like what, the second least hit points in the party?
Yep, I'm a squish bean.
we love you for it.
Thank you. Maybe I'll take a
Speaking of
level
which-
in fighter.
Don't we level up?
Yes. So completing the Salvation of Yeshka will level up the party. So everyone be leveled for 2 weeks from now.
I get another infusion, y'all. One of you's getting a present.
Now I get my second
That's dope.
and fast movement.
I do want to apologize for the little bit about the catapult spell. I just
No
was
worries.
afraid that it was being like how it works was misunderstood. So I didn't mean to do that during the game. That was kind of lame. I should have brought it up afterwards.
Weak.
Sorry, I keep using that word. It's a bad habit. I will stop.
It's okay.
No worries.
It was
Yeah.
very unintentional to get into. I didn't mean to like rules lawyer out and get all freaky about like, oh, this is how the spell works, and that was silly. I should have been.
I
just
also
like,
thought it was a line from the chest, though. I thought it was like, you take something off of yourself, and that's the way I've always played as a player, too. It's the same way that Nif is playing it.
That is what I'm choosing to do because I know that it's an object that's not being worn or carried, so I just have my character drop rocks to yeet.
Sure.
I don't pull from the environment.
Right. For me, it's always
just a
been like a
character choice.
telekinetic kind of effect. So it's like you see something in the room and you just lift it and throw it. So it could go from anywhere to anywhere within the spell range. Anyway. But again, during the game session, that was foolish of me to get into that. I just lost. I was so excited and I love that spell. So
The way I usually lean, especially since we're streaming, is it's just best not to get into it. And I appreciate everybody saying something about it. And, it is worth mentioning, it is very easy to fall into habitual language. I use guys a lot, which as a collective term, which is a little different in some various groups that I'm in. And I've been trying to change my language in that way also. So it's worth noting, our words are going out there and they mean more than the habits that are behind them.
yes, thank you for pointing it out.
I appreciate people pointing it out.
I will say, catapult is my hubris spell, and I'm just not going to use it anymore. It's like everything was going so well, and I was like, I got this. Nope, never using it again. It's failed me too many times.
As Sir Heck has just pointed out, from the language
y'all
side of things, using y'all by default. There's lots of great alternatives. So I wanted to put something in front of all of you that was a little bit different than just somebody that might die. And instead I have aged an NPC by 22 years.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
That's going to be, like, irreparable damage between, like, her and her friend. And,
Okay,
like,
but there's literally an angel back at the orphanage. It's going to be fine.
yeah, but it
Yeah,
could
they
just
got
be,
wish.
like, the angel could just be like, this is life. Like, this is what happens. She stole that
We'll see.
life. That life is hers now, so who knows?
Until we get access to greater restoration and do it ourselves.
I mean, if I were her, I would take it as a blessing. Like,
Totally.
It's
20s are
true.
stupid.
Years.
Like, I'm so ready to be 53. I am over.
But you'll
My
get
20s.
the maturity of 50 years. This is like an 18-year-old. This is 13 going on 30, but worse.
Mhm.
This is a teenager in an adult
18
body.
going on 50.
Yeah, she's unmarriable now.
Hey,
Wow.
Whoa.
I said what? Think of the setting. Think of the setting. Okay.
there could be a happy. What if the coffin maker wants to be with her?
It's true. We've given enough. We've
Well,
given
I mean,
enough garbage
already-
to the coffin
this
maker.
is-
We
this
deserve
is
to
now
send
making
them
me-
some.
This is now making me uncomfortable in the sense that we don't. How old was she originally?
18.
18.
Oh, okay. Well, it's still awkward.
She should have took a sanity check. Because if I went 18
True.
and woke up in my 30s, I would have lost it.
I mean, she's probably having a little bit of a meltdown right this moment.
Yeah, and Sol, you're the one that volunteered to handle that meltdown, so it's on you.
You're dumb.
She's
I'm
not-
taking her to the boss. It's yours.
She has not looked in a mirror yet.
We will
But they
let her
told
have that
her.
meltdown with the
They told
angel.
her.
Like, how shiny and chrome is Soul? Because Soul might very well be that mirror.
I'm covered in blood and sadness right now.
Yeah, you're so dirty after like 4 days on the road, and all that blood and sadness.
Covered
Oh
in blood and
my-
sadness.
I really want to believe that your face emotes. I really need that.
I agree.
I
You
don't
don't
know.
see it move, but
I
you can
like
see it
the
in his
idea of
eyes.
it not moving.
He doesn't face
I want-
doesn't move, but you can see it in his eyes.
I want it to be
Glowing eyes.
mostly not moving, but then like the eyebrows just change, and that's the only emotion that you get is through like,
Kind of like-
removable eyebrows.
What does Big Hero 6 have? Because like Big Hero 6 emits or emotes.
Doesn't he have like a screen?
He just had eyeballs and a screen
I
on
thought
his chest.
Yeah, it's the screen on his chest that does the stuff, and the
yeah.
eyes go weird.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
There it
Thanks,
is.
Noir. That's perfect.
There it is.
Look at me. Yeah, I'm soul and I'm sad.
Got him.
I was waiting for Uther to do that end game.
He learns minor illusion just to troll.
Oh my god.
Learns minor illusion just to put a face on Soul.
Oh my god.
that I can't control.
Yep.
This is
Yeah,
the
can we
equivalent of
talk
just
about-
drawing with Sharpie on his face.
Can we talk about all the dark stuff that Soul's been doing lately?
I've been beating up zombies.
No.
Yeah, and then you smashed an old lady.
I had
from a
to.
character
I saw the
standpoint.
situation, and
You
I was
ga-
not going to ruin this young woman's life.
You
I did,
Gallagher, the
obviously.
golden girl.
This woman was literally like, you had to pick between the murderer and the murdered. That's
She
what I had
was
to pick between.
Unnatural though. She was unholy. She was.
Oh yeah,
using
no, she's
dark
stolen
magic.
so many lives since.
Yeah, but you got to think of it in
since
souls.
we
Like
found
I
her.
said, only thing we've been beating up zombie animals, skeletons, vampires. Like
This is
Soul
true.
has not harmed another living creature besides bopping an old man in the head, which he profusely apologized over.
Well,
So-
Yeah,
I
to an unconscious
think that's
body,
why-
it barely counts.
I
He
think that's
felt
why our
really
GM
bad.
Okay.
I think
And
that's
the-
why our GM gave you the inspiration too, is because
Yeah.
you chose to make that a moment for Solaire of him kind of recognizing what that means for him as a being. That's pretty
Well,
cool.
like you think since he's been built, all he's thought about was the church's teachings, sanctity of life, the exact opposite of Uther. So what you think
I mean,
about
no lies detected.
it? Yeah, like,
Where is the lie?
that's basically how he's been brought up. So he's been brought up all life is precious, and when we came here, he was all gung ho about it because he thought, oh yeah, we'll just beat up zombies and monsters, undead creatures, like the saving living folk. Until he had to make that choice, and he had to make it in the moment. So he that hasn't sunk in yet. He's probably gonna need to talk to the Mama Angel back at the orphanage.
Can't wait to get to Mama Angel.
And he's sitting here hoping he didn't lose his divinity.
You'll be fine.
He don't know that.
I know.
Oh man, how sweet would it be if you did?
Stop
I
it.
think would have a field day,
Come to the dark side, man.
whole side quest to get my
You guys get back to
get my
that
good
life-
graces back.
You guys get back to that, or you all get back to that lifeline outside in the rose garden, and neither Uther nor Soul can get in.
There's just like bump, bump. They both get rejected.
Feels so heavy for some reason.
So,
Oh, that's just the weight of the sin. You get used to it.
Oh my gosh.
I think that is a great place to stop for the evening. Anything
Yeah.
pressing to bring up, or if not, then we will pull the plug on tonight. We will be back in 2 weeks for our 15th session, and definitely kudos to Robotic for remembering over 14 sessions every other week that he had not killed a living being that entire time. I sat here trying to think of a time when maybe everyone did. The only living things that you've run into are the wolves out in the wilderness that Uther keeps petting and making friends with before they run away.
Get along with them. Yeah, I mean, you did try to kill the witches. That didn't go your way though.
Oh, those were
Man, what's it with
Those don't count.
those were hags.
Those are hags.
hey? What's it with you and what's it with you and old ladies?
I cannot wait to see this is an intervention talk from Uther to Soul, or from Soul to Uther. I'm not sure which one's going to be funnier.
Right.
Oh goodness.
You need to show what Nana did to you, and you need to relax.
I am just so.
The Temple of Matthias made a granny killing robot. Bring me your Nana.
Are we gonna raid some?